And good evening to you. Welcome to high school football action on Central Illinois Sports. Live tonight from Glenn C. Smith Field in Pittsfield as the Pittsfield Saukees, who enter at the record of 0-2 on the season, play host to the Williamsville Bullets on homecoming night for Pittsfield. The Bullets are 2-0 on this young season. Good evening to you. I'm Charlie Hull. John's alongside tonight as well. It's the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. Williamsville's the class of the conference of the Sangamo year in and year out, and they have one of the classiest coaches in all the country, quite honestly. And Aaron Coons just does everything right, and his program really reflects that. And they're always very, very impressive. The Saukees are off to a rough start at 0-2, but looking to improve every week with this very young squad. We'll talk with Saukee head coach Zach Ferguson. We'll take a look at what else is going on around the Sangamo Conference and around the area and more on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show after this.
Wish you had extra cash for a vacation, a boat, a new car, projects around the house? Free up more cash for the things you want by taking advantage of low interest rates. Refinance your home with Great Rivers Bank and keep more of your money by lowering your monthly payment. Start the process online at greatriversbank.bank and work with one of our experienced loan officers to get the lowest rate possible. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Did you know that Prairie Land FS doesn't just sell seed? They treat it and box it right here at one of their local facilities, then deliver it to your farm or fields. Growers trust Prairie Land FS to deliver top-performing crop protection products that promise the best performance before, during, and after the growing season. Prairie Land FS, your leading supplier of choice.
Since 1921, Farmers State Bank of Camp Point has been a vital part of our community's history. We are proud of our growth, our community leadership, and our success, which is only possible because of all those who shared this journey with us. We are grateful to the generations of loyal customers, families, businesses, employees, officers, and directors who have shaped not only our story, but our entire communities. Thank you. We look forward to serving you and your future generations for the next 100 years. Farmers State Bank and Camp Point. Together, we are a strong, united community.
I am Shelley Brinicke. I'm a lifelong resident of Pike County. Pike County is a part of me, and I am distressed by the serious clerical and financial issues of the county right now. These clerical issues affect all county residents. It will take transparent communication and hard work to solve them. As county clerk, I would research, learn, and know the duties of the office. I'm conscientious, meticulous, and dedicated. I believe Pike County deserves the best in their elected officials, and that best can only come from a servant heart. Vote Shelley Brinicke for Pike County Clerk.
Paid for by Shelley Brinicke for Pike County Clerk. Welcome back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show with locations in Pittsfield, Berry, Liberty, and Hannibal. Great Rivers Bank is serving our entire area with high-quality banking services close to where you live. Learn more at greatriversbank.bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender. Pittsfield and Williamsville here tonight. These two teams matched up in Week 9 last year. A game that actually was 0-0 at halftime before Williamsville got things settled in and won the game going away at the end. They, of course, finished the season 10-2 on the season, and Coach Aaron Coons' squad is off to a big start again this year. They beat Petersburg Porta 45-8 in Week 1 and Riverton last week by a score of 55-0. They've got the Saukees here tonight before they host Stanford Olympia next week. At just a tremendous new facility they put in at Williamsville. We were there for the freshman game last night, and it is gorgeous. Turf, great 8-lane track getting finished up right now. Just a tremendous place for fans all around to be able to come and enjoy it. And it really is an impressive-looking high school facility. Some small colleges would be impressed with it as well. And, we talk a lot about Williamsville and how good they are, and they are good year in and year out. And, John, that starts at the top. And Aaron Coons, he does things very, very well, and he and his coaches get a lot out of the kids that they have in this program year in and year out.
They do. And, Charlie, the first time we met Aaron Coons, we had gone to Williamsville to broadcast a game. He met us at the gate. He walked us to the press box. He showed us where it was, made sure everything was okay. And he's the head football coach. He cares that much about the program that he's going to make sure everything is right and everything is the way it's supposed to be, and it is year in and year out.
Elsewhere in the Sangamo Conference this evening, as it is a close conference, so every week's a conference opponent. Athens is home against Stanford Olympia. Pleasant Plains is on the road at Auburn this evening. Maroa Forsyth is at Porta and New Berlin is on the road at Riverton. That's a look around the Sangamo Conference. Just going to give you a quick look, if we can, on the WIBC, some of our other local squads. Camp Point Central is playing host to Minden Unity. The Panthers are off to a 2-0 start on the year. Minden comes into the game with a record of 1-1. Triopia is home against a tough Brown County squad. The Trojans off to an 0-2 start. Route will play tomorrow at home against Beardstown in a game that's slated to play at 1 o'clock. Route off to a good 2-0 start on the season. The Tigers are 1-1, and that should be a fun one tomorrow afternoon at the old Mack Field. In the WIBC South, Carrollton is playing host to Pleasant Hill. Both of those teams looking for their first wins on the season. Greenfield Northwestern is at North Green, looking to go to 3-0 on the year. Calhoun actually beat West Central last night 31-6. And then that's all the games in the WIBC in both the North and the South. It's the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. We pause for a break. When we come back, we'll have our visit with Saukee head coach Zach Ferguson. Stay tuned.
Seed selection is one of the important decisions required to achieve yield goals. Logan Agri-Service represents top seed lines in the industry like Lewis Hybrids, Stein Seed, and AgriGold, and focuses on products developed to meet or exceed our customers' expectations. Sit down with one of our experienced local seed experts who will work with you to help select top-producing corn hybrids and soybean varieties tailored for your specific soils and fertility levels. Or visit us online at loganag.com. Logan Agri-Service, serving agriculture since 1962.
When choosing internet and Wi-Fi service to meet your family's education needs, it pays to do your homework. You'll learn that Cascom, with fast, reliable speeds up to 1 gig, powered by whole home adaptive Wi-Fi, is the right choice. School has changed, and so should your internet. Contact Cascom and upgrade to the internet speed and whole home Wi-Fi your family needs.
There's a road that makes all the difference between the good and the great. A road less traveled for the few who can handle the grind. One of hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership, with a respect for heritage and tradition and a willingness to adapt. At Little Jess, we travel that road every day because we believe in that difference. And we dare our competition to try and keep up. Little Jess, serving the tri-state area since 1969.
Catch all the action at Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point. Central football games every Friday on the big screen. 7 TVs to catch every NFL game all season long. Come enjoy a nice afternoon on the patio or listen to some live music on the weekends. Queen of Hearts drawing every Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Rain City Addiction on the patio on September 3rd at 7 o'clock. Bags Tournament September 11th at 2 o'clock. Our Oktoberfest celebration will be September 17th with the Robert Sampson Band at 7 o'clock. Car show same day from 12 to 3. Get to Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point, your hometown sports bar.
Back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show with Saukee head coach Zach Ferguson. Coach, hey, you know how to pick them for homecoming, but you take a look at this Williamsville program, and really they've been the class of this conference for a long time now, and in more ways than just winning.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they have a really good culture there. They have a very good athletic complex. I mean, they're just invested in what they do. Aaron has been there, forever. He's basically built that program from the bottom up, and he's done a great job. So, I mean, it don't matter when you play these guys; they're going to be good. So.
It's one of those things as a coach, you go, hey, I'm going to try to emulate what that guy's doing because it looks like it works.
Yeah, I mean, every coach tries to, you look at coaches who have success and you try to look at what they do and how they do things. And some of it is things you can change, but some of it is sometimes just, the types of kids they have or what kids are, pulling from their area. And, they have the luxury of being in the Springfield area, like most of our schools that are pulling, a lot of kids that, are good athletes, but just aren't in the Springfield school district. So, but again, he's done a good job of building that up from the bottom up.
You played these guys very competitively week 9 last year, and I think there's people who will look at that and say, well, they were already playoff eligible, all that, but they still played their starters, and it was really a very, very good game for 3 quarters.
Right. When you look at, when it was 0-0 at halftime, and they never pulled their starters. I mean, they were playing, to win the game, and they knew they were in the playoffs, but, I mean, to me, they we're a little surprised, I think, a little bit, but I also think our kids played exceptionally well last year, and we talked about, we can't worry about who the opponent is. We have to play, basically to win the game every time, no matter who it is. So, we're trying to get over that mental hurdle, which we worked on last year of, playing 2 or 3 of these teams in this conference. We already think, okay, it's over, but, it doesn't matter who we play. Anybody can beat anybody if you play well enough.
Homecoming presents an interesting opportunity and challenges all the time, trying to keep people focused throughout the week, but it also can be good because sometimes you get a little extra motivation to play a little harder.
Right, and I mean, our kids, I think they've had a pretty decent week of practice. I thought, at practice they were focused, and homecoming's great for the kids to, kind of blow off some steam, do things a little differently. Schedules are a little different at school, kind of gives them a little bit of a break and some enjoyment. But as far as, when they've been at football, they've been very focused on the game and on what we needed to do. And yeah, you hope that gives them, extra motivation to play well because, there's usually a pretty good crowd at the homecoming game. So I think they're ready to go for that.
There's a lot of naysayers and everything in life, and when you take a look at an 0-2 start and then Williamsville on the schedule, it's a tough task. But I know you and your coaching staff are working really hard to stay positive because that's the type of outlook the kids really need to emulate.
Well, they need that, and then if people, we've had the toughest start to the season out of anybody in our conference as far as who we're playing. We're playing Athens, who's number 2, I think, right now, and in 1A we're playing Olympia, who is a very solid team, and we're playing Williamsville. So our first three games are probably the toughest 3 games that anybody's played in the conference. So, and everyone wants to kind of sound the alarm button, but they also need to realize it's only week 3, and we still even got 6 weeks to go after this. So our kids have gotten better every week. And that's what we've been focusing on as coaches is, we're playing a lot of young guys, a lot of sophomores getting a lot of varsity time. And that's going to take a few weeks for them to get to that speed. But our kids have gotten better every week, and we're just looking to continue that.
Well, people who've been around this program for a while might think back to the fall of 2003. I think that Saukees program started 0-3 under Don Bigley as a head coach, and then reeled off 7 wins in a row before losing in the second round of the playoffs. So this is not like uncharted territory.
No, it's not. And that's what, and I totally get that people, you can look at 0-2, but people also have to look at who we're playing our first 3 games. And, anybody, in a conference or even a state can look at that and say, well, those are 3 tough teams. Everybody will say that. So, when you go 0-3, or even 0-2, and if it's 0-3 or 0-4, it's not the end of the world. You can still, some of the best teams I've seen in the state championship games have been 5-4 at the end of the regular season. So we just got to stay focused on getting better one day at a time and 1 week at a time.
You talked about after the game last week, even though the score was, not maybe a direct reflection of what happened, you saw some improvements, and that's going to happen every week. You talk about those young kids, when they get in those situations, once they experience it, they really can learn.
Right, and going against those two types of offenses we went against last week, where there's a lot of things going on within one play that have to be accounted for. And when you put young guys in those situations, sometimes it just takes a while for them to get it. And tonight Williamsville's more spread with more vertical passing games, so it's going to kind of play into a little bit of our strength, I think. But again, they got athletes, so we're going to have to really do a good job of covering their guys. And as you said, they've improved. The score last week was not really indicative of how close that game really was. It kind of got away from us at a point, but when it was 14-8 and then even just 21-8, we were right in that game until the very end. And that's one of those things where our young kids especially, are learning just how to compete at that level.
And you've seen a lot of positives. I thought Javen Petty actually had a very good game last week at quarterback.
Right.
You're not going to go 18 for 18 or whatever it is. You're going to have some incompletions. You're going to throw some interceptions, but the balls that he was able to get some time on and deliver on time, he looked really good.
Well, that's what I saw, much more improved Javen as far as his timing, his confidence. Being a first-year varsity starter as a junior, it's nerve-wracking. I don't care how well you prepare in practice or watch film. When you get out there, week 1, he was nervous, and I saw that. And last week, there were times where we threw the ball, one drive where we threw on the ball quite a bit. He took advantage of that, and I thought he looked a lot more calm. He understood what to look for a little better in their defense, and I look for him to just continue to develop on that.
You talk about the strength of your defense against a team that runs the spread. A lot of that comes with your defensive backs. You've got a really, really good core group there.
Yeah, our defensive backs are really solid with Weston, Jason McKee, Eli, and Jeremiah, and then you throw in Matthew Edwards in there, and Justin Pinnock, and Isaac Helms. I mean, we have a very nice core of DBs, and we've, preached all week that, the last 2 weeks we haven't been able to use them, the way that they are designed to be used, and this week's kind of their chance to really show what they can do, and I'm looking for them to have a nice game tonight.
One last question. We'll go off book a little bit on this one. Talk about the changes that you've experienced when it comes to just coaching from the time you started as an assistant when you were not very old. You're still not very old, by the way, but to now, what have you seen, and what kind of adaptations have you had to make personally with how you go about things?
Well, I mean, there's definitely kind of a culture change where you also the days of coaching kids how it used to be in the 80s and 90s is over, as far as you have to build the relationships with the kids. You have to understand what they're thinking or how they think, and some kids you can get on really hard, and some kids just need a one-on-one conversation. X's and O's wise, I mean, there's been a huge expansion from the time I started coaching. Everybody was pretty much double wing, split back, I formation stuff, and now you see so much more advances on the offense and defensive side where you look at Williamsville and Auburn, who really started to spread around here, and how it's expanded, and the RPO stuff. I mean, it's amazing to me how every year there is, even at the high school level, it trickles down from the college level what they're doing. It gets to the high school level, and that's been one of the major things I've noticed is if you're not keeping up with how things are changing, you're going to fall behind.
And people don't realize whether you're starting the season 2-0 or 0-2, it's about the same amount of work for your coaches and kids.
Yeah, coaches and kids. I mean, it doesn't, no matter 2-0, 0-2, 0-3, 3-0, 5-0, 9-0. Everybody's working the same thing. All the coaches, staffs are working the same amount of time. Again, it's about the kids, and it's about giving, as coaches, the best effort you can give to make the kids successful. But, at the end of the day, sometimes the other team is just better, but you have to do what you can to prepare them for that game and give them the best opportunity to be successful.
That's Sauke head coach Zach Ferguson. The break here on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. We'll take a look at starting lineups next.
The caring and experienced professionals at Hamilton Funeral Homes are here to support you through this difficult time. We offer a range of personalized services to suit your family's wishes and requirements. You can count on us to help you plan a personal, lasting tribute to your loved one, and we'll carefully guide you through the many decisions that must be made during this challenging time. You're welcome to call us at any time of the day, any day of the week. Visit our funeral home in person or on the web at hamiltonfuneralhome.com. Call 217-593-6517.
Hi, this is Clint Weir. As a law enforcement officer, you trust me every day to fight for justice and seek the truth. You trust me to serve your family and your friends with compassion and understanding. And most importantly, you trust me to lead Pike County with grace and dignity. Now I'm asking you to trust me once again. My little brother, Gage, is running for Pike County Treasurer. As Treasurer, Gage will continue to fight for transparency and fairness to ensure that Pike County continues to be the best place to live and raise a family. You put your trust in me to serve my community. Now I'm asking you to trust my little brother, Gage Weir, to continue a legacy of quality and excellence. Vote Gage Weir for Pike County Treasurer this November.
Paid for by Gage Weir for Pike County Treasurer.
Camp Point Central Sports are proud to have Dear Wester Grain as a sponsor of this broadcast. Dear Wester Grain, there for you for all your grain and feed needs. Why don't you give them a call and check out all the locations of Dear Wester Grain? With locations in Golden, Paloma, Mount Sterling, Clayton, La Prairie, Liberty, Industry, Carthage, and Blandonsville. For more information, call Dear Wester Grain Services 696-4461. That's 696-4461, or on the web at dearwestergrain.com. Call Best Systems Builders for all your insulation needs. We are a full-service insulation contractor offering both open and closed cell spray foam, blown cellulose, and fiberglass installation. Best Systems has 2 BPI certified professionals ready to inspect your home or business today. You may qualify for incentives through the American Act on Energy program. Call Scott or Michael at 217-285-6005 for your free estimate, or visit us online at gobestsystems.com and start saving money on your energy bill today.
Back with you on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Thanks to Zach Ferguson for the pregame chat this evening. And let's take a look at our starting lineups in this contest, brought to you in part by Bowlers Universe. They're open Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., Fridays until midnight, Saturdays 4 to midnight. They offer many menu items from burgers and fries to specialty pizzas. Try one of the many craft beers as well. At Bowlers Universe, they were a great host last night for the homecoming week bonfire, and I know a lot of the young people had a good time at that. Let's meet the Williamsville Bullets. Aaron Coons is their head coach. They're 2-0 on the season, an enrollment of 494 students. Up front, they'll start as center Carson Beatty. He's a 6'1", 215-pound sophomore. The left guard is Noah Hauk. He's a 5'9", 180-pound senior. And to Noah's left will be Matthew Crouch, the 6'3", 245-pound sophomore. At the right guard is Corbin Stewart. He's a 6'1", 260-pound sophomore, so 3 sophomores on the starting offensive line. And then a young man it's going to be hard to miss, Jacob Finley. He's 6'9", 290 pounds and a senior. He'll play right tackle. The slot receivers, Jackson Workman. He's a 5'11", 185-pound senior. And Harley Sharp, a 5'10", 150-pound senior. At the split end, Colvin Fleck, a 6'4", 170-pound senior. And Ethan Hines, the 6'2", 195-pound senior. In the backfield, Mason Lideker, the 5'8", 160-pound junior, and the quarterback back for another season at the signal caller position is Jake Seaman, the 5'11", 175-pound senior. For the Pittsfield Saukees, they're 0-2 on the season under head coach Zach Ferguson. They have an enrollment of 317 students. Up front this evening, Tucker Cook, a 5'8", 185-pound sophomore. The right guard is the senior Ethan Thompson, 5'11", 165 pounds, and Jaron White starts at right tackle, the 6', 225-pound sophomore. At the left guard for the Saukees is Cordell McKee, the 6', 210-pound sophomore, and the left tackle is Tracer Mowen, a 6'1", 210-pound junior. At the wideout spots for Pittsfield tonight, Elijah Leonard, the 5'9", 170-pound senior, Connor Allen, a 6'2", 185-pound junior, Justin Pinnock, the 6'1", 140-pound junior, and Jeremiah Jackson, a 5'11", 150-pound senior. Laney Elliott starting to the backfield with the running back spot. He's a 5'10", 180-pound senior, and Javen Petty, the junior quarterback, is the signal caller for the Saukees at 5'10", 150 pounds. Starting lineups also brought to you in part by Illini Express, here to serve you with walk-in medical care when you need it. Open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. every Monday through Saturday. Illini Express sees patients ages 18 months and older with no appointment necessary. Learn more about the services offered at Illini Express by visiting IlliniHospital.org. It's a beautiful night for football at Glenn C. Smith Field. Glad you're with us on Central Illinois Sports. We expect the Saukee Marching Band to take the field. Well, I thought they were coming out a minute ago according to the sheet I have right here, but they're still down there just taking a break, so they'll have the national anthem for us here in just a bit. Let's step aside on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show to hear from some of the sponsors helping make this game possible for you tonight. We're back on the other side of this timeout.
Williams Auto Sales, 439 North 3rd in Quincy is your headquarters for quality used vehicles. Shop their 439 North 3rd location Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9 to 2. Check out their inventory of WilliamsAutoSalesQuincy.com or call Tony the truck guy at 217-223-3325. Williams Auto Sales, 439 North 3rd in Quincy, wishing the Panthers the best of luck this year. Give them a call at 217-223-3325. Williams Auto Sales. Abney Home Improvement is a family-owned company with Christian values. We have a passion for helping our customers find the best products at a great price. We understand making a large purchase of windows and doors for your home is a big investment. Our mission is to be completely upfront with you. We have built our business on trust and reputation. We depend on our customers to refer us to friends and family for their home improvement needs. Call 573-221-0886. We finish what we start with quality for you. Abney Home Improvements, 100% satisfaction is what we build our business on.
If you're near retirement or thinking about retiring, you probably have questions. How do you make your savings last? How much should you take out and when? You're ready for retirement, but are your finances? Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Derek Harris, can help you build a strategy to help your finances keep up with your needs over the long haul. You've done what it takes to get there. Now it's time to make the most of retirement. Stop by the office at 1891 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois for a face-to-fact appointment. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Carlson, and Brad Wellman. Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you.
Back with you on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. The folks at Great Rivers Bank, they're ready to help you with your next home loan, auto loan, commercial loan, agricultural loan, whatever it may be. Let the folks at Great Rivers Bank help you. Their loan officers are very experienced and very personable. Learn more at greatriversbank.bank. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. The Saukee Marching Band, under the direction of Justin Banger, getting ready to take the field. We're going to try to bring you the national anthem here tonight as best we can. And hopefully that'll work out well. Marching Band always doing a good job. They marched earlier today in the parade for the homecoming parade. A lot of homecoming festivities, a little longer halftime tonight than usual, but a lot of people to recognize, and it's been a good week. Everybody appears to have stayed fairly safe and healthy on the Saukee side of things during homecoming week, so that always is a major plus. Jacob Hull manning our camera here tonight. We're glad to have Jake along with us today. He and his teammates on the PCS Braves will be in action tomorrow at AC Central against the young Knights. I believe they still are in junior high. They'll play at Chandlerville at 10 o'clock in the morning.
It'd be really weird that they played at Colchester.
It'd be really strange if Colchester let them do that. Here's the Saukee Band.
Please stand for the playing of our national anthem.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the beautiful and historic city that is Pittsfield, Illinois, a community that feels like home.
Home to over 4,000 residents, a progressive and growing community serves as an amazing place to live, learn, work, and play. With civic, charitable, family, and recreational activities available, you'll never be bored here. Attend an event or festival. Play some disc golf on our new championship course. Spend the day fishing, or even catch a Civil War reenactment. As a community driven by success, Pittsfield provides numerous incentives to assist citizens and local businesses. Our goal in Pittsfield is to truly advance and prosper. Staying healthy is made easy here, with access to doctors, dentists, and other medical specialists throughout the community. People come to Pittsfield for a variety of reasons: stately historical homes, an abundance of natural resources, hunting, scenic areas along the Illinois and Mississippi rivers, festivals, recreational opportunities, and much more. People stay in Pittsfield simply because life here is great. Picture yourself in Pittsfield today.
From our trucks to their lunch trays, to your local hospital, to your favorite pub, and to your kitchen table. For more than 60 years, Dot Foods and Dot Transportation have been stocking the shelves of your hometown. Sure, we've grown a lot, but at our core, we're still small-town, family-run businesses that care about our communities and the people who keep us running. Join the Dot family today and be part of something bigger.
For the past 4 years, I've had the honor of serving our community as the Pike County Clerk and Recorder. Within those years, I have completed the first ever internal payroll audit in Pike County history, increased revenue with the recording department with implementation of record availability, and administered and or written over $3.75 million in grant monies. I would appreciate your support to continue this progress, and please vote Roseberry on November 8th.
Paid for by the Pike County Republican Central Committee.
Welcome back to Glenn C. Smith Field and the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. Jack and Brian Shoemaker, young Mr. Mason, are at Camp Point Central this evening as the Panthers are playing host to Minden Unity and what is homecoming for Camp Point Central. You can also watch that game live here on Central Illinois Sports. Beautiful evening for football here in week 3 of the Illinois high school football season. It's a decent crowd. You'd like to see a few more folks maybe come on homecoming. But, John, it brings people out winning. The Saukees are 0-2 on the year. And so, I don't know. I think if you're in Pittsfield, I'm not talking bad about the city of Pittsfield. I love being here. But what else are you doing on a Friday night, John, that more important to come out and supporting the kids, even if they're 0-9 on the season? I think you should be here.
They're very busy, Charlie. They could go to the – or then there was a –
yeah, there's a lot of things going on, but hey, I do know we have folks joining us from Bowler's Universe. I know from Moose Lodge 420 and from across the globe as well, and we're certainly glad you've chosen to tune in with us. I mean, that's why we're here, for the folks that can't make it, but man, if you're in town, there's still time for you to get out here and enjoy tonight's festivities. The Saukees will be dancing at halftime. The band will have their performance as well, and they do a great job, and these guys, they deserve your support and encouragement. And those kind of things can go a long way in making kids like these want to come back here, start a career, and keep things going on a positive side in a lot of different ways in the community. It's the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. We're awaiting both teams to return to the field. About 5 minutes left on the pregame clock. They did conduct the opening coin toss. We believe Williamsville will start with the ball tonight. I didn't really get a signal, but the referee went to their side, so that's our assumption. Just glad to have officials here this evening. A lot of people playing on Thursdays. I think Calhoun, in fact, playing 4 Thursdays this year in their schedule. Route, of course, playing a lot of home games on Saturdays because they don't have lights on their field, but that does help fix some things a little bit there. And
I don't know. I think it's getting harder to get officials on a Saturday, even though, I mean, that's why you're seeing Thursdays.
Yep. Yeah, it's tougher all the time. I think there'll be a time, John, where you'll see varsity football played Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm not so sure that a conference right now wouldn't be smarter as to say we're going to play all of our games on Thursday. Just so you always would be assured officials at this point.
That's true.
Saukees take the field. Last week's game against Stanford Olympia, we talked with Zach Ferguson in the pregame interview. The final score I don't think is necessarily indicative of what type of game it was. That was a game that was 14-8 at one point, then 21-8. Still within shouting distance in the third quarter, and then let some big plays get the best of them. Against this Williamsville, John, big plays can happen anytime, and they're up to the line, ready to go, and, man, they just keep on moving.
Big plays, they're going to play fast. They're going to set the tempo of the game, and if you're not ready for it, you're going to be behind. You're going to not be ready. You're not going to be set, and off they go.
Well, and one of the things as well that in my opinion, one of the things Pittsfield's going to have to do well tonight, control more clock than they have. They just they can't afford to have 40, 50-second type of series against this Williamsville squad that's going to give their offense the ball back, and they're going to put up some points. You do that.
Well, I mean, that's what Pittsfield did last year in that game. The reason that it was a close game for quite some time was because they were able to take the ball and control clock and run the ball.
There's a little haze hanging over the field as they had a little bit of a
pink haze.
That's like purple haze. I think that was
different.
An album, but it's a pink haze. And it smells kind of bad, too, but hopefully that'll go away before long. So don't adjust your TV set. It's not foggy. They're not, the children of the corn aren't coming out. It's just the pink smoke bombs went off a moment ago. We're going to pause for our last break of the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. We'll have the kickoff of this contest between Pittsfield and Williamsville next.
Few things compare to Camp Point Central's fans' dedication to the Panthers. The same can be said about Channel and the farmers they serve. You see, unlike other seed companies, they don't have salesmen. With Channel, you get the advantage of a dedicated Channel seedsman, a trusted year-round advisor who can provide the right recommendations for your fields. It's their hands-on approach that truly sets them apart. Customized service, expert advice, elite seed management products. Find your Channel seedsman at channel.com or contact local district sales manager Matt Hughes at 217-242-8852.
Did you know that PCRE Real Estate and Auction now offers a full-service auction alternative? Farmland, residential real estate, commercial real estate, estates, guns, antiques, farm equipment, and commercial equipment are a few examples that the experienced auction team is ready to assist you with. Our team can make the auction experience less stressful and smooth. Check out our next auctions at our new auction location at 500 Piper Lane in Pittsfield, or call 217-430-2985 and speak with Jason Duke to learn more.
We're just about ready for the kickoff. Pittsfield won the toss. They deferred to the second half, so Williamsville will be back to receive tonight's opening kick. And it's high school football on Central Illinois Sports. Back deep for Williamsville, we see Harley Sharp along with Mason Lideker. Back deep for this Williamsville squad. Tucker Cook will be the man kicking off for the Saukees here this evening. He's a sophomore, also will play on the line and play a little defensive line and linebacker. Tucker, a versatile kid. And the Saukees in the red uniforms tonight, gray pants. Williamsville in the whites with the purple pants. Waiting for the official's signal. There it is, and we're ready for high school football on Central Illinois Sports. The opening kickoff is a low kick toward the front line. It takes a hop, and Pittsfield's going to recover this kickoff. The Saukees are going to recover the opening kick. It wasn't a true onside, but it bounced around long enough, and they'll start with the ball in their possession, in good field position at the Williamsville 39-yard line. First and 10, 11:57 to play in the opening quarter.
That ball just hopped and hopped. There was a Williamsville man there. He tried to get it, kind of hopped away from him, and Pittsfield had a couple of guys on top of it right after.
So the special teams, which has been a unit that we've talked about, has to be better for the Saukees. Gets good field position early.
Yep.
Petty will be in the gun. Barks out the signals. Snap back. He had a little bit of a late handoff there, and, man, there are bodies are all around Elliott. That ball might have come out, and it did. And it's Williamsville football. So just like that, they take it right back.
Elliott lost a couple there. What, 3 probably?
Lost back to the 43, a 4-yard loss, and then fumbled it away. And so it'll be a turnover there. 11:35 to play in this first quarter. And Williamsville back on the offensive attack. Clock running. Here come the Bullets. First and 10 from their own 43 now. Just a heck of a change of events there, wasn't it? Jake Siemens, the signal caller. He's got 2 receivers to his right. He's back to pass. Looking deep. Downfield. Has a man behind the defense, but it's too long for Ethan Hines by about a half a step. Incomplete pass stops the clock. Brings up a 2nd and 10.
That man was wide open. He beat his defender probably 10 or 15 yards downfield and kept gaining as he ran away there, and it would have been a touchdown if he could have made it completed.
Trips right, single receiver to the left. Siemens in the gun. He's back to pass, looking for the short hitter. He is popped by Eli Leonard. He is the receiver. Would have brought it in, but Leonard popped him from behind, knocked it out of the hands of the intended man that time in Workman, and it's 3rd down.
Leonard with a nice defensive play that time as he hit him right as the ball was coming in and knocked it away.
Pittsfield likes their defensive backs. They just played 2 teams to start the year that ran the option. Trips left, single receiver to the right on a 3rd and 10 from their own 43. They put a man in motion out of the backfield. Siemens back to pass, no pressure, sets his feet downfield, and it's going to be incomplete. Jeremiah Jackson actually the closest guy to it. Incomplete pass will stop the clock, and the Saukees force a 3 and out. So a nice job by the Pittsfield defense. 11:06 to play in the first, and we'll see Williamsville punt here. Hines will be the punter. And back for the Saukees will be Jason McKee. Williamsville was a man short on the punt team. Happens.
I just don't understand.
More places than. It's very
my goodness.
Weird. Well, they don't do this much.
No, they don't. That's true.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They have 9 guys on the field, maybe 10.
Does it feel like he's really deep right now, too?
They're a man short on the punt team. Now they put 2 men on.
Oh.
Now it's too many. They're going to have to call a timeout or just take a 5-yard penalty. 6 seconds on the play clock.
I'd just take the 5-yard penalty.
Yep, thanks to Justin Noble to be here running the play clock. It's a good snap. Punter puts his foot into this one, a high end over end kick. McKee will call for a fair catch and then miss it.
He did
not touch it. The man recovers it. McKee completely whiffed on it. It'll be Pittsfield ball at the 22-yard line, 1st and 10. He's lucky it didn't touch him.
He is. It went kind of around him.
Yeah. I've not seen McKee return anything yet this season. Kind of a change there. It'll be a 1st and 10, 10:58 to play in the first quarter for Pittsfield from their own 22. They fumbled on their only play of the game so far, so trying to hold on to the football. And it was a bad handoff, and then they had about 6 men on top of Elliott before he even knew what happened. Petty now puts a man in motion toward the outside. Petty is going to hand it off, and the man is tripped up in the backfield, and Elliott is taken down again. McCoy takes him down in the backfield, and I think he darn near fumbled it again, John. McCoy comes up with the ball, but they'll say he was down. It's a loss on the play back to the 18-yard line. A loss of 4 brings up a 2nd down and 14. They are popping the pads here tonight on both sides, but Pittsfield's got to hang on to the ball. 10:33 and counting in the first. Trips right. Single man out here is Jackson, way out by his lonesome. Petty's in the gun. He's back to pass, looking for the quick hitter on the right side. Has it completed, looking for some running room as the receiver gets back up to about the 20-yard line. That is completed to McKelvey Moore. A gain of 2 on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 12. So 3rd and 12 here for the Saukees. Just under 10 minutes to play in the opening quarter. On the Trucks LLC scoreboard. Trucks here for all of your diesel repair needs. Give the Trucks guys a call. Check them out on Facebook. They're a mobile unit right now, but building their new facility in the Pittsfield Industrial Park. 3rd and 12. Petty in the gun, looking like he's going to face some pressure here. He's back to pass. Little quick hitter out of the backfield. Williamsville not fooled. And the man's going to lose back is McKee down to the 15-yard line. A loss of 5 on the play, on the pass. It'll bring up a 4th and 17 and another punt for the Saukees, and the offense just going nowhere. I mean, Williamsville knew what was coming better, I think, that time than the Saukees did. They didn't get fooled by anything that happened there. 9:18 and counting in the first. It's a drive that's going to take less than 2 minutes off the clock. Cook stands back near his own 5.
They're coming after it.
They got to get a good one here. He does get it away. A spiraling kick. It's going to be taken by the man back at the 50-yard line. This is Workman on his feet and taken down out of bounds inside the 40. Lane Foster on the stop for the Saukees, and it looks like he's down to the 37-yard line, and that's where Williamsville starts 1st and 10 at their opponent's 37 with 9 minutes to play here in the first quarter. So the Saukee defense had a good first series. Let's see what they do here. Williamsville looking to get some traction on the offensive side. 2 receivers split to the left, Trips package to the right. Siemens all by himself in the backfield. And now we have a whistle and a timeout taken by Pittsfield. We'll pause as well. 9 minutes to play in the first. No score on the Truck scoreboard. Back after this.
This is Alexis, nurse practitioner.
This is Dr. John Olson. He is the best neurosurgeon.
Well, I paid her to say that.
However.
Many of the patients that Alexis sees, we talk about that day, and we're able to collaborate real time on the patients.
Having another provider that's not a surgeon work with the surgeon, I think you get the best of both worlds. If you have any neck or back pain, come see us in the Spine Center.
No score in the early part of this contest. 9 minutes to play in the first. Pittsfield called the timeout before Williamsville ran a play on this series on the Trucks scoreboard. For all of your diesel repair needs, call Trucks, 217-922-0044. Trucks looks forward to helping the local communities with all of their diesel needs. Make sure to check them out on Facebook. Here comes Jake Seaman and the Williamsville Bullets on a 1st and 10 inside Saukee territory. Going to hand it off along the left-hand side. This is Harley Sharp looking for running room along the outside. A penalty flag flies here. He's taken down inside the 35 near the 33-yard line. would be a gain of 4, but let's see what the penalty flag is about here. Stops the clock with 8:52 to play in this opening quarter. First flag of the contest.
He ran 40 yards to get the 4 that he got.
It is a hold against Williamsville at the 33-yard line, so this will back it up to the 43, so they'll lose 6 total yards on the play. It'll bring up a 1st and 16. So 1st and 16 now for the Bullets. 8:52 to play in the first. You take a look at this Williamsville front, John. 3 sophomores starting there, which is an oddity for the Bullets. Usually it's predominantly a junior and senior laden offense and defense for Coach Coons' team, but he's putting some youngsters out there on the line and saying, boys, you got to go work.
Obviously they did in the first 2 weeks.
They are 2-0 on the year against Porta and Riverton. 2 receivers to the right, a single man to the left-hand side. Seaman stands in the gun. 1st and 16. Turns and hands the ball off. Ball carrier looking to run up the middle here. That's Mason Lideker. He's taken down at the 40, a gain of 3 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 13. Connor Allen in on the stop for Pittsfield from the outside linebacker spot. Back to the line quickly here is Williamsville. Running out of the no huddle. 2 receivers right, a single man to the left. Seaman's got the snap. Hands it again off to Lideker, looking up the middle. And again, he falls forward for a gain near the 36-yard line, a gain of 4 on the play. And this will bring up a 3rd down and 9. So 3rd and 9, Saukees trying to run some new guys in and off here. 8:16 and count into the first, no score.
Williamsville did the same, had a couple coming on.
Seaman with 2 receivers to either side. Stands 5 yards deep, fakes the handoff, little RPO. Looking downfield, has his man, and that man is Workman. He's down all the way to the 10-yard line, a gain of 26 yards on the play, and it'll be a 1st and goal. Jackson on the stop. It was his man that caught it on the little quick RPO play by the Bullets, and a 1st and goal at the 10. Quick to the line. Seaman's in the gun. Pitches it to the left-hand side. Ball carrier Sharp looking for a corner. Cuts back, and he is in for the score. 7:57 to play in the first, and Sharp takes it in here from 10 yards out and puts the Bullets on the board early in this one. So it took Williamsville a little bit to get going, but they are able to get their first touchdown of the contest with 7:57 to play in the first. On the Trucks scoreboard, they will line up and try to kick here, it appears. The kicker is Joshua Cates. Cates is a 5'10", 165-pound junior. The holder will be Caden Madsen, a sophomore, backup quarterback. It's a good snap. The hold is down. The kick is up. The kick, it looks to be good, and it is. 7-0 Bullets on top with the extra point. 7 minutes, 57 seconds to play in the first as you watch high school football on Central Illinois Sports.
The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, with locations in Griggsville, Mount Sterling, and Pittsfield. Maybe you ask, why choose Farmers National Bank of Griggsville? The answer is simple. Local people, local decisions, and local commitment with local investments. We have many products and services to meet your needs. We invite you to find out more about us. Go to fnbgriggsville.com and explore all the services we offer. Visit any of our 3 friendly locations in Mount Sterling, Griggsville, and Pittsfield today. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, local people helping local people, member FDIC. Damon Plumbing, serving all of Pike County and the surrounding area with quality residential and commercial plumbing services. Damon Plumbing offers septic installation, drain cleaning, new water lines, remodel work for your home, or if you're planning a new build, make sure you include the Damon boys. To get it right the first time, no job too big. Have you seen Braden and Doug? Or too small? Sorry, Corby, couldn't resist. Call Braden at 217-491-5415 or Doug at 217-617-2318. Damon Plumbing, recommended by our family for your family.
Bullets kicking off here. It'll be Cates again, the man that kicked the extra point. He puts his boot into this one, kicks it deep, and the Saukees will see it bounce into the end zone, and they'll start with a touchback here. So Cates did exactly what he wanted to do. Booted the ball to the end zone, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Pittsfield from their own 20. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by the Pike County Express, your local family-owned newspaper. They've been serving Pike County since 1991. Check them out each Wednesday on a newsstand near you. 1st and 10 for the Saukees from their own 20-yard line. 7:57 to play in the first, trailing 7-0 on the Trucks scoreboard. Petty will be in the gun. 2 receivers to either side. Pittsfield does not have much positive yardage on the offensive side yet this evening.
None.
Put a man in motion. in Moore. They will hand it off to Elliott. He'll pick up a good gain on first down, puts his head down, runs over a man still on his feet, as bowls his way up to the 31-yard line for an 11-yard gain and a first down. Good hard run by Lane Elliott. He made the last 6 yards by himself. Fresh set it down to the 31.
Found a hole and just a little seam there and kept going with it.
Allen and Moore now shift to the right-hand side. They'll join Leonard out there. Trips right. A single man to the left is Jackson. Petty looks at his left wrist, stands back at his own 26-yard line. Gets the snap. Looks for the handoff. Nope, a little play action. It's an incomplete pass. Looking for Jackson on the slant. That'll bring up a 2nd and 10.
Led him a little too far that time, did Javen?
Getting a lot of pressure, though.
He is.
He is Petty. We talk a lot about Williamsville, and usually what you see on their defensive front is guys who are not necessarily the biggest guys, but they are quick. They do have the big boy in the middle tonight, the 6'1", 300-pound junior Braden Johnson, but everybody else on the outside looks to have some good speed. Now they draw the Bullets offside, but the Saukees start on their own. Leonard moved early on the right-hand side. They drew the man off in the middle, but Leonard then jumped, and the referees will have to get together and say,
Who did it first?
Who'd you see move first? So it's either going to be 2nd and 10, 2nd and 5, or 2nd and 15. What's your guess, John?
It's going to be on the Saukees.
Yeah, I agree. Yep, Leonard moved early out there.
I just can't imagine that the furthest out receiver caused the nose guard to move, but...
No, I think it was a hard count, though, and he went on the count.
Oh, yeah. No, I would agree.
Yeah. I mean, if he moves, though, he moves.
Yeah, that's absolutely
2nd
true.
and 15 from the 26. Just over 7 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Two receivers wide to either side. Petty in the shotgun. He's back to pass. Has a little time. Now looking deep downfield. Looking for Moore back there. He leaps and cannot bring it in. A heck of a try by McKelvey Moore, as he was being covered that time by Carson Kohler. Kohler wasn't really necessarily sure the ball was there, but the ball was underthrown.
Kohler, a little bigger guy that was covering him there, too, and that made it more difficult for Moore to bring it in.
He's 6'2", 205. And McKelvey on the other side, well, not that tall. He's 5'9".
Makes it 3rd and 15.
Giving up a pretty good size difference there. 7:05 to play in the first. Stop the clock as well on the incomplete pass. McKee back in the backfield. Now they'll put Connor Allen in motion. They'll hand it off to McKee, looking for the end around. Now he cuts back up the middle, and will gain up near the 30-yard line. Call him down at the 29, a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th and 12. So the Saukees will be forced to punt the ball for the second time tonight. They also turned it over on a fumble on their first possession of the game. And with 6:56 to play in the first, they'll punt it back to the Bullets here. So a drive that, again, lasted about a minute. Cook gets a low snap, does get it away. It's a high kick, not extremely deep. It's going to take a favorable bounce for the Saukees and roll dead at the 43-yard line, and that's where Williams will start 1st and 10 at their own 43. 6 minutes, 23 seconds to play in the first. Railnet and Twine, located just north of Pittsfield across from the airport, your local headquarters for concrete lawn ornaments, statues, fountains, benches, and much, much more. Stop by and see Rick and Tracy Reel. 217-285-5013. Quick to the line are the Bullets. What, John?
Oh, they snapped the ball. Snap. The quarterback was not prepared.
Seaman's going to dive on it, but he's going to take a loss all the way back to the 19-yard line.
Whew.
All the way back to the 19. So this is going to bring up a 2nd down and where do they start? The 43?
I believe it's about 36, 35.
30.
How many did he lose there?
He lost from the 43, so get him to the 43 to the 19. Do that math for you. They're going to pitch it outside. Running back looking for running room, and Forsey's got him tied up down there, and Mason Lideker going nowhere there. He gets up to the 15, which is a loss of 4 on that play, and it is literally 3rd and a mile here for the Bullets. It's 3rd, and they've got to get up to the
They've got to get up to the opposite
47.
Yeah.
They're at the 15.
And the opposite
35
47.
yards and 3 on the other side. It's 38.
Yeah.
It's 3rd and 38 for Williamsville here. Back to pass is Seaman looking for a screen, and it's incomplete. And this will stop the clock and be a quick 3-and-out for the Bullets. A drive that lasted less than a minute on their side. 4th and 38. So a quick one there, and that shows you how important the snap is, John.
Yeah.
That center tonight is a sophomore, Carson Beatty, 6'1", 215-pounder.
Quarterback just was not ready there, and he was looking. Yeah, he was looking to put a man in motion, and instead the ball got snapped, and off it went.
Hines is back near his own 1-yard line. He gets a good snap to punt this one away. He gets a nice kick. It'll be headed toward the sideline and bounce out of bounds right near the 50-yard line, as I believe they'll mark that ball down. But let's see where the official
right on the 50, it looks like.
Usually,
he walked right on the line.
Yep, right at the 50-yard line. That's where the Saukees will start 1st and 10. 5 minutes, 13 seconds to play in the first. Doing the Macarena?
It's, of course, the Pittsfield 50.
Ha! Right at the 50-yard line for the Saukees, trailing 7-0. After Williamsville drive just went bad in a hurry for the Bullets. Ran out of gunpowder that time, didn't they? 2 receivers wide to either side. Petty puts Allen in motion left to right. He will turn and keep it and get punished for it. Colin Burge on the tackle. He wasn't very fooled. Petty loses a yard on the play. 2nd and 11 from the Saukees' own 49.
Probably should have handed it off that time, as I think the running back would have gotten a couple.
Even not the most fleet of foot kid that I've ever been around. Didn't have the same quick burst that Seth had, does he? Seth was pretty quick. Petty in the gun. Back to pass. Has a little time. Looks downfield. Throwing it up for Jackson in triple coverage, and it's incomplete. That'll stop the clock and bring up a 3rd down and 11. They targeted Jackson a couple times.
Had to be someone else open there, surely. I mean, Jackson had 3 defenders on him, and there were 3 other receivers that were out, and the running back was out, so someone had to be open, right?
I was waiting for Shirley to answer. You said Shirley. I didn't know she was here. Well, 2 receivers to either side on the 3rd and 11 near midfield. Well, this is going well. Petty took the snap. The snap came early. Nobody moved, and he threw it to the sideline, and it's 4th down from midfield. In the words of the guy from Swamp People, punt the dang tang. 4th and 11, they will. Punt it. Try to flip the field here. 4th and 11, 4:31 to play in the first. A drive that time that took about
50 seconds, almost.
Well, I started at the 5:13 mark is what I marked it at.
Yeah, I had 5:20.
Cook has been busy at this spot. At the 38. Got a good snap this time from Shaw. End over end kick. It's going to take a bounce and roll toward the sideline. Williamsville's man's going to pick it up and then fall down. And then that's going to be
nothing.
Looked
but
like an illegal block, possibly.
Sure did.
Zach Ferguson's going to ask the official, what'd you see there? Because my man looked like he went flying out of bounds from behind. It'll be at the 26-yard line, and that's where the Bullets will start 1st and 10. 1st and 10 from their own 26, 4:24 to play in the first. Kind of a long first quarter.
A lot of back and forth so far.
And here's a flag on the field from the middle
on
of
the far
field.
end there. I don't know what that is.
It's all the way back at the 47-yard line.
And that almost had to be an illegal procedure.
They have not moved the chains yet.
I mean, that almost has to be an illegal procedure where it is right now. Or offsides on the defense, one or the other.
They're going to say what? What are we going to say here?
We're just kidding. We're going to pick it up.
Goes back for the flag, and he says,
we're not going to wave it off. We're just going to pick it up, I guess. I don't know what we're doing. Hasn't called anything. No signal. What are we doing?
After the play, it's a personal foul against
Williamsville.
He had to
so they are going to call that.
Look to his left, look to his right. They call a personal foul, so it'll be half the distance to the goal here.
Okay, so they are going to call the late hit out of bounds, and it was just the back judges who threw the flag, I guess.
They'll put the ball at the 12, and that's where the Bullets will start 1st and 10 at their own 12. 4:24 to play in the first.
Odd.
Strange trips lefts, 2 men to the right. Seaman is in the shotgun. He is back to pass. Looking to his right for the quick hitter on the right-hand side. Has his man in Colin Fleck. And Fleck catches that one. Gets out of bounds near the 21-yard line. A gain on the play of 9. And it'll bring up a second down and 2. Quick to the line are the Bullets here. 4:19 to play in the first. Clock stopped as he went out of bounds. This time he'll run the handoff. No, he'll keep it himself. We'll see him along the left side. He's slowed up after the first down. Up near the 28-yard line. A gain of 7 on the play by the quarterback, Jake Seaman. And a first and 10 for Williamsville. Good read by the senior signal caller there for the Bullets. Fresh set of downs at the 4:11 mark.
Third first down of the night for Williamsville.
Seaman takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looking to his left, has his man along the sideline. That's Ethan Hines. Hines ducks out of bounds and wants to sprint back to the line. He's up to the 34-yard line, a gain of 6 on the play. It'll bring up a second and 4. You almost don't need a play clock when you're playing Williamsville at this point.
They're going to go fast and fast and fast and fast.
If they want to go and go and go. They'll hand it off this time to the first back through, running along the left-hand side. Ball carrier here is Braddock Cates. Braddock Cates, the sophomore, takes it up near the 38-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play, and it should be a first down, and it is a first and 10. They'll wait for the chains to move. Got to move the chains. Here we go, everybody.
What number is Cates, Charlie?
Number 20 tonight, number 1 in your hearts, Braddock Cates. 4:02 to play in the opening quarter. Bullets on the move here. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left-hand side. Seaman takes the snap, pitches it on the inside to Harley Sharp. Sharp is turned backwards and taken down behind the line of scrimmage, back near the 37. A loss of a yard on the play. This will bring up a second and 11 for Pittsfield. Mowen on the stop, along with Owen Shaw, I believe, was the other man in there.
Defense needs to hurry up and get set.
Seaman again is back to pass. No pressure this time, has all kinds of time, gets it to his man along the sideline, and Lideker is out of bounds near the 43-yard line, a gain of 6 on the play, and this will bring up a third down and 5. So 3rd and 5 for Williamsville. 3:32 to play in the first. Clock stopped as the man ducked out of bounds. Seaman's back to the line, ready to go. Draws Pittsfield off sides, and they'll get a cheap 5 yards here up to the 48-yard line, and should be enough for a first down.
That'll be the 5th first down of the night for Williamsville. Only thing slowing this offense down right now has been the chain gang.
Chain gang going to get their workout in tonight.
I feel like we're trying, guys. We're going as fast as we can.
Been training all year for this. High snap, but they get it down. Hand it off to the first back, Colin Ripperda. Ripperda takes it down to the Sauke 46-yard line. A gain on the play of 6 yards, and it'll bring up a second down and 4. So Ripperda carries the ball for the first time on the night. Trips right. Seaman back to pass. Has time in the pocket. Looking deep downfield. Has a man behind the defense in Sharp, but he can't bring it in. It's an incomplete pass. And they'll stop the clock and bring up a third down and 4.
I kind of felt like there was an awful lot of contact on both men over there, so I guess
they were hand fighting.
That's why they don't call it, but
3rd and 4 for the Bullets. 3:05 to play in the first. 2 receivers to the right. Seaman's got a pair back in the backfield. He will turn and hand it off to the left-hand side. This is Lideker. Has the first down, trying to bounce it outside. Skips out of the tackle and is ridden out of bounds. Inside the 35 down to the 33-yard line. A gain of 13 yards on the play and a first and 10. Lideker on the run.
Lideker with 16 yards on 4 carries now.
First and 10 for the Bullets.
6th first down.
Now they're picking up the pace. Under 3 minutes to play in the first. They will fake the handoff. Kick it out to the right-hand side and Sharp. There's a penalty flag on a block in the back. Sharp's going to go for a while here. In fact, he may go to the end zone, but it's coming back as the flag lays at the 35-yard line here. And this one going to be coming back this direction, I believe.
Yeah, it is.
And Williamsville knew it as well. Going to be a 10-yard penalty if it's from the 35, but to move it back to the 45, and they were at the 33, so this would be a first and 22.
Be right at the line of scrimmage also, so
the line of scrimmage is about the 33 is where I had it.
Okay.
They asked Pittsfield, you want to move him back? Yeah, I think we'll move him back. Williams was like, we're ready to go. Can you guys get the ball set? We're trying to run offense here.
What are we doing? Come on.
Coach Kuhn says we got to run a play
Every 10 seconds.
Yeah, and they do. First and 22 here. 2:45 to play in the first. Trips bunched on the short side of the field. 2 receivers to the left. Seaman puts a man in motion from the right to the left, and Lideker going to hand it to him, looking to get outside. Shaw trying to chase him down, just doesn't have the speed. Now Lideker gets outside, and there he goes for a touchdown. Lideker on the end around from the 45, and it's a 45-yard run by Lideker at the 2:31 mark of the first, and it makes it 13-0 Bullets. Shaw was where he needed to be. He just couldn't catch up to him with that speed. So Lideker runs for 45 yards.
He got outside, and he was gone.
And makes it a 2-score game. Here comes Cates on for the kick. He made his first one. This hold is down. The kick is up. The kick looks to be good, and it is. 14-0 the lead for the Bullets on the Trucks scoreboard as you watch high school football action this evening on Central Illinois Sports.
When you think of fall, what comes to mind besides pumpkins, honey, and football? How about fertilizer? Studies show more than 1/3 of your crop's yield is determined by fertilizer alone. Studies also show as much as 40% potassium and 30% phosphate gets tied up in stalks and residue, as well as high clay content. Nutrient Ag Solutions recommends Titan, which is an innovative fertilizer catalyst designed for use with dry fertilizer blends. Titan will keep nutrients from being tied up and increase fertilizer availability in your crop. Titan is a low-cost option to improve crop fertility. Contact your nutrient crop consultant today. Brian Dickut Trucking, LLC has been in business since 1995. Brian Dickut Trucking offers hauling of liquid and dry fertilizer, grain, rock, feed, lime, with local and long-distance hauling. Brian Dickut Trucking is located at 1878 East 2100 Street, Camp Point. Call them at 217-257-8302. That's 257-8302. Long dumps, short dumps, hoppers, and tanks. When you need it hauled, trust the experts at Brian Dickut Trucking, LLC in Camp Point. They deliver.
2:31 to play in the first. 14-0 Bullets on the Trucks scoreboard. Trucks off of Cates.
Truck scoreboard.
Cates puts his boot into this one, and the Saukees will catch it on one of the up men. That's Lane Foster. He's looking for a running room. Breaks a tackle. Ooh, nice little run. Up across the 33 to the 33.5. We'll call it 33-yard line. That's where the Saukees will start first and 10 with 2:25 to play in the first. He got it and went that time.
He did.
Mr. Foster.
Caught it kind of off to the side a little bit, and off he went.
Touchdown run for Lideker came on a play that was first and 22. Not ideal. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left-hand side. Petty's in the gun. He will fake the handoff. Now back to pass. Now flushed out of the pocket. Needs to get it free, and that'll be intentional grounding, I believe, here. But they'll say somebody was in the vicinity.
They're going to say somebody was, they were like 20 yards down the field, but
I don't know how it wouldn't be grounding there. It's an incomplete pass. It'll stop the clock and bring up a 2nd and 10 from the 33.
At first I thought it maybe got tipped at the line, but I don't think it did.
Nope. He threw it into the ground. 2nd and 10. Petty puts a man in motion and more. They'll fake the handoff, give it off on the left-hand side. This is Yelliot. Yelliot will get back to the original line of scrimmage. Nothing more, nothing less there, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 10. 3rd down, 10 yards to go here with 2:03 and counting in this first quarter.
Williamsville's linebackers are just quick enough that even if you fool them on a play like that, they're quick enough to get back
Well, they're in on this
and to
side.
make the
Sam
play.
McCoy is the real deal. The real McCoy is 6'5", 170-pound senior.
You've been waiting all game for that, haven't you?
He's been in on a lot of plays. Petty's going to face some pressure here. He is sprinting to the right, looking for a man. He's got him out in the flats. That's Moore. He's taken up to the 40-yard line, but a penalty flag flies.
It'll
back
be a
at the
hold.
30. It'll be a holding against the Saukees. As one of the linemen got a hold of the man and didn't let him go.
And then was laying on top of him.
So if you're Williamsville, you're going to move him back here. So the penalty flag's at the 30. They'll move it back to the 20. Have 13 total yards out of this. And instead of 3rd and 10, it's 3rd and 23. All right, Williamsville had a play. 1st and 22. This is 3rd and 23. Just run that play they ran with Lideker.
Exactly.
Pitch it outside and sprint away. Worked well there. 1:35 to play in the first. Third down, and now they'll walk it off on the yardage. It's hold, guys, 10 yards. Got to move farther back, fellas. See some youngsters off in the distance, honing their skills. A lot of youngsters out there tonight. There were a lot of cars in the parking lot. It looked like everybody must have driven their own vehicle, but now there have been some more people that have kind of filled in. Not a bad crowd here on homecoming night at Glen C. Smithfield. Saukees trailing 14-0. 1:27 and counting to the first. Petty in the gun. He's back to pass. Steps up, throws downfield, looking deep, and underthrew the man by about 5 yards. The intended receiver was poor, and that will stop the clock and be a turnover on, well, it'll be a punt here. Turnover on downs after they punt it away. But it's 4th down and 23, and deep in their own territory. Cook will be in again. I think he's done a pretty nice job punting it so far tonight.
This is the longest first quarter in the history of football.
Oh, no. You were at Riverton last year.
That's true, I was.
Cook gets another good snap at coming after him. He does get it away again. Stood right in there and kicked it, and Williamsville lets it bounce. Man, it's going to take another nice Saukee bounce and roll all the way dead at the 39-yard line. Tell you what, it takes some gumption, having guys flying at you like they are, coming to block that and get that kick away. And Tucker Cook's done it a couple times tonight. Williamsville's come after it, but Cook's got it away. And not only that, but he's gotten a good kick and a good roll on it.
I remember that game at Riverton. The center that hiked the ball there over the quarterback's head here, I think he must have been playing in that game. He did it about 15 times in that first half.
I'm going to say the ball is at the 40.
Okay.
So we will as well. Siemens in the shotgun. High snap. Back to pass. Looking to his left. Has a man open in the flats. This is Workman. And Workman has a first down up across midfield. Right at the 50-yard line. A gain of 10 on the play. And it'll bring up another first down. Right at midfield here for the Bullets in the final minute of this first quarter. Now they'll turn and hand it off in the backfield. Ball carrier this time is Lideker. He'll take it to the 48, a gain of 2 on the play. To the Saukee 48, 2nd and 8.
Lideker was 63 yards on 6 carries already. He would have had more, but he kind of ran into the back of his line that time.
2nd and 8 here. Puts a man in motion running out to the right. Seaman is back to pass. Has some time. Now steps up into a throw and delivers a bullet to Workman to the 36-yard line. A gain of 12 on the play and another first down. So 1st and 10 for Williamsville. 32 seconds to play in the first. Quick to the line again is this offensive group. They'll fake the handoff. Looking left. Ball tipped and right into the hands of Hines. It was tipped by the defender. Hines came down with it inside the 30, down near the 27-yard line. A gain of 9 on the play. This will bring up a 2nd and 1. Saukees had the man right where they needed him to be. Got the tip, but it happened to tip up in the air and right into the hands of Hines. Trips right. Here's Seaman looking to the right-hand side, and Workman has blockers out in front. Tripped up near the 21-yard line. A gain on the play of 6 yards, and that's the final play of the first quarter. After one, it's a lead for Williamsville. 14-0 over the Saukees on the Truck scoreboard. We're back with more after this.
Did you know that Prairie Land FS doesn't just sell seed? They treat it and box it right here at one of their local facilities, then deliver it to your farm or fields. Growers trust Prairie Land FS to deliver top-performing crop protection products that promise the best performance before, during, and after the growing season. Prairie Land FS, your leading supplier of choice.
Since 1921, Farmers State Bank of Camp Point has been a vital part of our community's history. We are proud of our growth, our community leadership, and our success, which is only possible because of all those who shared this journey with us. We are grateful to the generations of loyal customers, families, businesses, employees, officers, and directors who have shaped not only our story, but our entire communities. Thank you. We look forward to serving you and your future generations for the next 100 years. Farmers State Bank and Camp Point. Together, we are a strong, united community.
Well, the ball, I mean, it should flip and go to the other end, but there's a penalty flag on the field, and we're trying to figure out what it's about.
I guess they're going to walk it off and then flip the field.
Well, they're going to say that the quarter couldn't end because it was the deep. I don't know what the hell is going on, John. Now they're going to mark it off, and it's, I think, going to be.
It's against Williamsville.
Second down. They're going to have to run another play here now.
So we're going to have to take that last play off.
It literally took the entire time in between.
It was a 5-yard penalty, so it must have been illegal procedure, although we never got an actual call. So this is going to be one untimed play, and then we're going to have a quarter break, right?
2nd and 6.
I mean, isn't that what's going to happen?
And that.
Now are they going to.
What is going on?
Are we going. I mean, they have to run a play now.
Well, it was an offensive penalty, so the quarter can end.
Well, I guess that's true, yeah.
They need to move the ball to the other end of the field. Paul Petty knows exactly what's going to happen here. He says, get your tails down here. We're going to play defense on this end. Williamsville's guys are still at the other end. The ball is still at the other end. The officials are still at the other end.
They're still trying to figure out what's going to happen, which I don't know why this is difficult. The quarter ended, so now the ball has to move to the other end.
I stand by my previous statement.
This is what happens when you don't have enough officials.
Well, I mean, something happened. 5-yard penalty, maybe. Quarter can end because it's on the offensive team. Yeah. All right. Penalty, 2nd and 6.
But, wait.
What?
Is that where the ball was?
No, it was on the other end of the field a moment ago.
No, I'm aware, but wasn't.
Should be at the 21-yard line.
And right now they've placed the ball at the 32.
Or, excuse me, no, it should be the 30. No, they're right, 30. Yeah, around the 32-yard line.
Okay, well, that is where it is, 32, 33. I was just thinking it was. I don't know.
God save the Queen, John. Did you know it changes to God Save the King now?
It does.
How does that happen? Your national anthem just changes?
Every time. It has for...
Not for 70 years it hasn't.
Well, no, but it has every time since they started doing God Save the Queen /King. Well, every time they have the opposite one. Yeah, God Save the King now.
Ball's at about the 33.
I was really disappointed that Charles picked Charles.
6-yard penalty.
Could have
picked
anything
he wanted to?
He could have picked any of his middle names, and one of them was Arthur, and I would have been King Arthur. I'm just telling you.
All right,
now.
back to action. Seaman hands the ball off to Lideker. He's looking to try to get outside, and Laney Elliott's got a hold of his jersey, and he waits for some friends to come along, and he is stopped back near the 35-yard line. A loss on the play up 2 yards, and this brings up a 3rd down and 8. Peterbow in on the stop, along with Laney Elliott. 3rd down and 8 yards to go here for the Bullets. Seaman.
4-down territory here.
Yep. Back to pass. Fakes it. Now he's got a man open across the middle. That's Workman, and he was unable to bring that one in.
Looked like
he stop that time was McAllister. I think he might have heard McAllister coming that time.
He started going upfield before he had the ball there, too, didn't he?
And it's 4th and 8. Well, if he would have caught it, he would have had the 1st down, but McAllister was standing there ready to lay a lick on him there. For Weston. Back to pass is Seaman, setting up the screen. Has Lideker with blockers out in front. Got to make a man miss, and
did not.
Couldn't get Leonard to miss there, and the Saukees will turn him away, and it'll be a 1st and 10 for Pittsfield from their own 31. 11:37 to play in this 2nd quarter.
Gain 3.
So a 1st and 10 here for the Saukee offense, trying to get something going in the positive direction. Moose Lodge 420. Hey, check them out each Friday for their meal specials. It's delicious each and every week. The food's hot, the drinks are cold at Moose Lodge 420 in Pittsfield. Check them out for their pork chops tomorrow, late morning, early afternoon. Here's a pitch outside. Elliott trying to get the corner. He is taken down. Penalty flag flies late up near the 40-yard line. Good gain on the play, but let's see what this flag's about. Came from the back judge. And
where it ended up is, I was going to say, where it was thrown from.
At the 40-yard line.
Got to be either a face mask or a hold way downfield.
It's a hold against Pittsfield at the 40. So they'll actually lose a net 1 yard and it'll be 1st and 11 here. First and 11, 11:29 to play in the half on the Trucks scoreboard.
Ran the option that time, did the Saukees, and would have had a good gain there.
Instead, a penalty pulls it back in a weird spot for a hold that was really not near the play.
10 yards downfield in the middle of the field.
Trips left, single man to the right-hand side. Petty's in the shotgun at his own 25. Good snap, back to pass, looking for a man out in the flats. That's Moore. Moore going to get a very short gain on the play, gain of 2 to the 32, and it'll bring up a second down and 9. Kelby Moore's become kind of a focal point of the offense tonight, Jonathan. Really not touching it much in the first couple weeks.
He has.
He's a guy that if he can get out in some space, he can make some things happen. Williamsville, I've been impressed by their tackling ability, though. Very, very good here this evening so far. Here's Petty on the option. Pitches it outside. That is to McKee. McKee's got a nice gain on the play up across the 35 to the 37-yard line. A gain of 5 on the play. And this will bring up a third down and 4.
McKee with 8 yards on a couple of carries now.
10:40 and counting in the half. It's a 14-0 Bullet lead, but the Saukees with a third and 4 from their own 37-yard line. A little option play is a new little wrinkle they've added in.
They saw it enough in the last couple weeks. They said, hey, maybe we can do that.
Under center in the eye. They turn and hand it off to Elliott. He's got the first down. He's up across the 40 to the 41-yard line. That'll be enough for a Saukee first down on a 4-yard gain. So it'll be a first and 10 now, up to the 41.
Give him, what, about 7?
Well, it's a 4-yard gain.
4, I'm sorry.
Somewhere even.
I didn't hear you.
To the 41 for 4. First and 10.
All I heard was to the 41. I'm sorry.
Got to listen closer. You might learn something. 10 minutes and counting in this first half. Pittsfield with a fresh set of downs at their own 41. Under center again will be Javen Petty. Play clock down to 10 seconds. Quick snap. Going to pitch it outside. McKee looking for running room. Who had the cutback. Didn't cut back, and he's going to lose yardage here.
Yeah.
He actually had the cutback lane. Just didn't see it.
Tried to stay behind the blockers instead, and
down to the 38-yard line. That's a loss on the play up 3 yards, and the Saukees call a timeout, and will face second and 13. 9 minutes, 39 seconds to play in the half. Trailing 14-0. Back after this.
I am Shelley Brinicke. I'm a lifelong resident of Pike County. Pike County is a part of me, and I am distressed by the serious clerical and financial issues of the county right now. These clerical issues affect all county residents. It will take transparent communication and hard work to solve them. As county clerk, I would research, learn, and know the duties of the office. I'm conscientious, meticulous, and dedicated. I believe Pike County deserves the best in their elected officials, and that best can only come from a servant heart. Vote Shelley Brinicke for Pike County Clerk.
Paid for by Shelley Brinicke for Pike County Clerk.
9:39 to play in the half. It's a 14-0 Williamsville lead. The Saukees of Pittsfield took the timeout as they lost yardage on the first down play. They'll face a second down and 13 when we return to live action. LSST Trucking and 3D Leasing, the Dunhams and their professional team can help you with all of your trucking and hauling needs. Give them a call, 217-285-2808. Second and 13 for Pittsfield from their own 38-yard line. Petty under center in the eye behind him in the backfield. He's back to pass. Has a single man out here looking for Jackson, and this ball is underthrown by 7 yards. It's a timing play, and the timing was not good, and it's now 3rd and 13. I think they called timeout to set that play up, and I didn't hate the play. It's Jackson one-on-one with a man out here, but the ball's got to get where it's got to get there.
There's a flag on the field here, too, is there not?
There is, my boy. And it looks to be against Williamsville because they've got their hands in the air like, what'd we do?
Like they just don't care, right? They must have been offside, so we're going to pretend like that play didn't happen?
They are they're communicating here, and the referee says this is what you did. It's a hold against the Saukees.
Oh.
To the 37-yard line. Williamsville will decline the play, and it'll bring up 3rd and 13. 3rd down and 13. Trips right. Single man to the left-hand side is Jackson. Petty will be in the shotgun with Elliott next to him. 9:33 to play in the half. Clock was stopped on the incomplete pass. Guys trying to get set over here on this right side. Petty calls out the cadence. He's back to pass. Step, snap, throws downfield. It's underthrown and nearly picked off. Had Jackson. Gage Knowles was able to get his hands on an incomplete pass and had to punt it away here.
Had a good matchup. A well-thrown ball might have been a touchdown there, but just was underthrown by a couple yards.
Saw Dax Nutter in on that play on the offensive line. Good to see Dax back out there after getting hurt in week 1. Sat out last week, but he's done on that play at least. First time I've noticed him come off the field, so good to see him back out and playing on that line. Here's Cook. Kind of gets a little bit of a low snap, but another good punt, man.
Yeah.
Workman's going to take it, fumbles
Drop it.
Knee might have hit the ground. Now
I don't think that was a legal block.
Block out in front, and he takes him out to the 43-yard line. That's where Workman returns it. And it'll be 1st and 10. Foster in on the stop. 9:14 to play in the half. 1st and 10, Williamsville. Cook's done a nice job of helping to flip the field a lot tonight. Now we have a whistle, and the official will say it's a personal foul. Face mask against Williamsville on the return. Did he point the wrong way?
I don't know.
Personal foul, face mask. Now it's against the Saukees.
Sorry, did he just call offsetting?
Nope. I think he just pointed the wrong way the first time.
Okay.
He said it was on 53. RJ Allred's 53.
And that had to be a long, long way away from the play. And the tackle was over here on the sideline.
So the ball is now at the Saukee 44. That's where the Bullets will start. 9:14 to play in the half. Yeah, the penalty wouldn't even have anything to do with the play, it didn't look like there. All right, we're ready to go. Seaman is back at the 50. The ball sits at the 44, so he's 6 yards deep. He's waiting for the official, he says.
I'm ready.
Bro, ready here? They're going to pass it to a guy who was 75 yards deep in the backfield. He's out of there like a bullet out of a gun.
Wow.
That was Jackson Workman. He started 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage and gets all the way to the 26. A gain on the play of 18 yards and a 1st and 10 for the Bullets. They had that formation a couple times and never thrown to that man so far, and that's now you see why. Here's a high snap. Seaman does a nice job to bring it in. Still able to connect with Hines, but Hines not able to get away from Jeremiah Jackson. A nice tackle in the open field at the 24-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play. They had to bring up a 2nd and 8. 2nd down and 8 yards to go for Williamsville. Jake Seaman gets the snap, fakes the handoff, looking to the right. It's a well-thrown ball caught by Workman, and then he's drilled. There's a penalty flag on this side. Leonard in on the tackle near the 21-yard line. Flag on this side. We'll have to wait and see what that one's about.
He'd have, about 4 or 5?
Saukees running men in and out quite a bit here tonight. See Clayton Reinhardt coming off the field. Also coming out is Cameron Smith, a couple sophomores there. And they bring in a couple of new guys. What's the flag, John?
I don't know. It looked like he was juggling. He did this, and then he pointed to Williamsville.
They said, all right, he did the Macarena, but he went out of order. So
like it looked like he was climbing a tree, possibly. I don't know what that means.
All right, first word is climb. We didn't get a second word.
I mean, maybe ask the booth next door what that one means.
He was juggling, and that's not allowed in football.
I don't know what that means.
It's one of the first rules you learn in football, no juggling. I've never seen that official.
I've never seen that official nor that call.
Well, I've never seen the call, yeah.
I don't know if I've ever seen the official either, but...
A legal man downfield.
Well, that makes more sense. That call I have seen, but the first one he made, I have no idea what it meant.
All right, so they're at the 29-yard line now.
That's a 10-yard penalty, if I'm not mistaken.
It's 2nd and 13.
Bullets have been called for 5 penalties for 50 yards. Saukees have been called for 6 for 55.
Trips right. Single man to the left-hand side. Seaman wipes his hands. Takes the snap. Now he's going to tuck it and run. He's got some running room. Ooh, he was close to the line. Ooh, nice pass. He's got his man, and that man is hit down there. All the way down inside the 5 on the catch and scamper by Colvin Fleck. Fleck is down to the 2, a 27-yard gain, and it's 1st and goal from the 2. So 1st down, goal to go, ball at the 2-yard line.
11th first down of the night for Williamsville.
Clock counting down at the 7:30 mark of the second quarter. Bullets had to get a man off the field. Now Seaman takes the snap. He hands it off. Ball carrier is going to be taken down for a loss. Ruperta is the ball carrier. He's taken down at the 4, so a loss of 2 on the play. It brings up a second and goal from the 4. Nice defensive stop for Pittsfield that time. Trying to hold them out here. Their backs up against their own goal line. Second and goal to go from the 4. Here's another handoff to Ruperta, and this time he is close to the end zone, and he is
short. Evidently, we haven't
down.
called anything.
Yeah, well, one official says down. One puts his hands up for a touchdown, and it's the 1. All right.
Give him 3.
1 yard line. Gain of 3. Third and goal from the 1.
Williamsville says, I don't care what you're going to call, just call it so we can run the next play.
Seaman's going to be under center for the first time. He takes the snap, goes forward. Now he's in for the score. The ball came loose, and
the Saukees pick it up in the end zone, which is a touchback.
He had already broken the plane, though. Already broken the plane. 6:24 to play in the half. That's a touchdown by Seaman. Makes it 20-0. Bullets. And they'll have the extra point attempt here.
I just hadn't ever heard a whistle blow. That was why I was confused.
Or a signal.
I thought maybe they were juggling again. I wasn't sure.
Darn it. Told you that's not allowed. Here's Joshua Cates for the extra point. The hold is down. The kick is up. The kick's a low kick this time, and it is still good. So Cates is 3 for 3, and the Bullets lead by 3 scores, 21-0 on the Trucks scoreboard. 6:24 to play in the half.
Trucks LLC will be located this fall in the new building at 14 East Industrial Park Drive in Pittsfield. Call 217-922-0044. Diesel repair service offering 24-hour roadside repair, mobile service units, semi-truck and trailers, farm and ag equipment, DOT inspections, hydraulic hose repair, anything diesel, we can come to you along the road in the field or at your shop. It's Trucks. Call 217-922-0044. That's 217-922-0044. Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Matthews, and Brad Wellman. Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you.
6:24 to play in the half. It's 21-0, the Williamsville advantage on top of the Saukees on the Trucks scoreboard. Bullets scored on a 1-yard run by Jake Seaman, senior quarterback. Extra point was good by Cates, and the Bullets have a 3-score lead. Saukees have Edwards back deep. On this kick return, Cates is ready to go on the kick here. There's the official's whistle. Pittsfield only has 3 guys up on the front. I'd onside here. And they'll kick it toward the sideline. Man will retreat, now let it bounce, and it's going to roll all the way to the end zone. An old wise coach once said on a kick return, it's a live ball. And then he said, catch it.
An old wise color man said, just catch the ball on the on any of the returns, and you're going to tend to end up with the ball in a better spot.
6:24 to play in the half. FFA shirts this year with a different colored front, different colored back.
Wow.
Fancy. Like
they were really reaching, weren't they?
Applebee's on a date night. Here is Petty in the shotgun. He'll run the option. He's going to pitch it outside to Yelliot and say, good luck. Yelliot makes a man miss in the backfield. This get positive yardage up to the 22. A gain of 2 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 8.
Williamsville said, well, okay, you're going to run the option. We're going to make an adjustment for that.
And they did. Stopped at that time. Laney Elliott, man, this kid runs hard. Saw him really have a good season last year. Just haven't been able to get him going yet this year, and I don't think it's of a fault of his own. Petty in the gun. He will fake the handoff, and now he's going to get.
Should have handed it off.
Co-opt in the backfield. Old Sam McCoy and John Lehman met at the quarterback at the 17-yard line. A loss of 5 on the play, and it brings up a 3rd down and 12. Call it 3rd and 13 even.
I just meant for Petty's health, he should have handed it off.
Yeah.
He got hit hard that time.
Saukees, Jaden Petty's looking at the sideline for the play call. They still have 20 seconds on the play clock. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left-hand side. 5:09 and counting in the half. Petty scans the defense, puts a man in motion in McKee. He's back to pass. Looks down the field and
intercepted.
Nearly intercepted. Incomplete pass. Incomplete pass will stop the clock and bring up a 4th and 13. And the Saukees will be forced once again to punt. Petty's passing numbers can't be great tonight.
3 for 12 for -2 yards.
They come after Cook again. This time they get a hand on it. And the Bullets are going to get good field position.
Grab the ball.
At the 26-yard line. Called the 25. They'll start at the Saukee 25-yard line here as it was blocked. They've come after it every time. Got to it that time. 4:46 to play in the half and a 1st and 10 for Williamsville. First down, 10 yards to go. Seaman has a trip set bunched on the right side, 2 men to his left. He's all by himself in the backfield. Now he puts a man in motion left to right. He is back to pass. Has Connor Allen trying to pressure him a bit here and just throws it away into the stands. Incompletion will stop the clock, bring up a 2nd down and 10 from the 25.
Seaman is 11 for 18 for 128 yards on the evening.
A little more what you're looking for. This team was 8-1 in the regular season last year. Made it to the 3rd round of the playoffs before getting beat. Now they hand the ball off along the left-hand side. This man is Braddock Cates. He's a sophomore, 5'11", 170 pounds. He steps out of bounds at the 12-yard line. A gain of 13 on the play, and that'll bring up a 1st and 10.
Cates was 17 yards on 2 carries now.
1st and 10 from the 12.
The
Clock
12th
stops with 4:33 to play in the half. Back to pass
down
is Seaman. Looking for a little room. Now he pitches it out along the right-hand side. This is to Cates. Braddock Cates is taken down near the 1-yard line. A gain of 11. It'll be 1st and goal from the 1. So quickly down the field are the Bullets here. Saukees have a man coming on late. He's going to come right to the middle of the defense. That's Luke Archer. Just did get out there. They'll hand it off, and the man is looking for the goal line. Not going to find it here. That's Lideker. Lideker at the 1. There's a penalty flag that flies in over on this sideline.
So Lideker with no gain there.
I don't think Archer can do what he did. I don't think he can run through the middle of the offensive line. Illegal participation against the Saukees.
So that'll be half the distance.
So it'll be at the half-yard line and be 1st and goal from the half.
We're going to pretend like that play didn't happen. Lideker didn't have no gain or no loss.
Did you say he didn't have no? He didn't have no gain or no loss. He ain't having none of it. The official says, would you like to be at the 1 or the half? Seaman's like, I don't know. If we could spread out a little bit here, I think I'd actually have
could I have
more
the
room.
Could we move it back to the 5, actually? Like,
he's going to ask the coaches what they want to do here. And the coaches are going to say, hey, let's put it up at the half. And they do.
They called it as too many men on the field?
It's legal participation.
Yeah.
Archer came on through the offensive side of the...
he needed to run along the sideline and run around, yeah.
You can't run through it. 2 men to the right, single man to the left. Seaman's in the gun, even though at the half-yard line. He takes the snap, hands it off to Lideker, and Lideker's going to go into the end zone for a score. So Lideker takes it in from 1 yard out. and makes it a 27-0 advantage for Williamsville on the Trucks scoreboard. 3:41 to play in the half. And Williamsville doing Williamsville type of things here. Cates is on for the extra point attempt. Now this is Joshua Cates. He's a junior, 5'10", 165 pounds. You've also heard from Braddock. He's the 5'11", 170 pound sophomore. C-A-T-E-S, Cates, like cats, only with an E before the S. Snap is good, the hold is good, the kick is up, the kick is good, and it's 28-0. And now a whistle. Oh, it just saying that play's over. All right, 3:41 to play in the half. 28-0 Bullets. Back after this.
Are you short on time or budget, but your family is hungry? It's time for the Maya Authentic Mexican Restaurant in Pittsfield. Try the Maya Special, a crowd favorite. Delicious grilled fajitas, steaks, nachos Mexicano, salads in a tortilla bowl, the tastiest salsa and cheese sauce around, and the fastest service anywhere. You can afford it. It's the Maya Mexican Restaurant on Washington Street. Call ahead with your order and you can pick it up in the drive-thru, 217-285-4526. The Maya Restaurant in Pittsfield. Welcome to Westtown Ford, serving Central and West Central Illinois. When you're shopping for a new vehicle, we believe you need a comfortable ambiance, dynamic selection of vehicles, competitive options for financing, and high-quality service to feel confident and stress-free throughout the car buying process. At Westtown Ford, you will find just that, a great selection of Ford models and a team that will make the process as smooth as possible. Westtown Ford Lincoln in Jacksonville, just 30 minutes away from high prices.
3 minutes, 41 seconds to play in the half. It's 28-0 Williamsville on the Trucks scoreboard. And Cates has got it teed up, ready to kick it off again here. Olympia leads Athens at halftime, 8-0.
Well, there you go. That would be a big win for Stanford Olympia.
Go 3-0. They're kind of coming into this new conference with a little bit of a vengeance, aren't they? Here's a kick going to be taken by Edwards off the bounce. He's up near the 20-yard line. 25, puts his head down and kind of rolls over the top of a guy at about the 27. Called 28, and that's where the Saukees will start 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. 3:35 to play in the half. Jaden Petty talking to Zach Ferguson near the sideline about the play call they want to go with here. Auburn leads Plains at half 20-10. Petty's in the gun, trips left. Puts a man in motion. They're going to let him go all the way across the defense. Now takes the bad snap.
On the ground.
And man gets taken down at the 25. No gain, no loss on the play to bring up a 2nd and 10.
That was Matthew Edwards.
And we have a timeout taken by Williamsville. We'll pause as well. 3:21 to play in the half. It's 28-0 Bullets on top. Back with you after this.
Timely application of crop nutrients based on soil test results and the individual yield goals is the focus of the agronomy team at Logan Agri-Service, Inc. Logan Ag delivers anhydrous ammonia, dry fertilizer, UAN, liquid starter, and our lineup of Logan Agri-Yield micronutrients direct from us to your field. Striving to get the right fertilizer products at the right place in the right field at the right time, that's Logan Agri-Service. For fertilizer and application services, call 1-800-LOGAN-AG or visit us online at loganag.com. Logan Agri-Service, serving agriculture since 1962.
When choosing internet and Wi-Fi service to meet your family's education needs, it pays to do your homework. You'll learn that Cascom, with fast, reliable speeds up to 1 gig, powered by whole home adaptive Wi-Fi, is the right choice. School has changed, and so should your internet. Contact Cascom and upgrade to the internet speed and whole home Wi-Fi your family needs.
3 minutes, 21 seconds to play in the half. Williams will call the timeout. It's a second. Ooh, they actually are going to give him a loss, John, of about 3 yards on that.
Wow.
Okay. So 2nd and 13 is the down and distance here. Petty back to pass, looking left. He completes it to Edwards out in the flats. Edwards is going to stay on his feet. He stayed low, still on his feet down the far sideline. Has the first down. He stayed low to the ground. Gets up to the 41-yard line, a gain of 16 on the play, and enough for a Sauke first down. So Edwards with the biggest offensive play of the night so far for the Saukees, the 5'7", 140-pound junior. First and 10 to the 40, almost 42 in fact. Fresh set of downs, 3:03 to play on the second. Petty in the gun. Edwards stands behind him. Petty back to pass, looking across the middle, it's picked off. Picked off here by Burge. Burge with a head of steam, 20, 15, taken down at the 12, run down from behind by Cook. But Burge with a pick. And it'll be first and 10 from the 11 for the Bullets. From the Sauke 11.
Another underthrown ball, and that time
there's a lot of traffic there.
The man on the other team caught it.
I thought Javen made a lot of good decisions last week. Tonight, you can tell Williamsville's defense is just a little more advanced, I would say is the word for it. And it's really shown. Here's the quarterback, Seaman, now right up the middle of the defense, and he goes for a touchdown from 11 yards out. Jake Seaman on the run. 2 minutes, 42 seconds to play in the half, and it's 34-0 Bullets. So 34-0. As Seaman takes it from 11 yards out. Here comes Cates for the extra point attempt. He's been good so far. Let's see if he can keep that streak going here. The holder is the sophomore and Caden Matson. Good snap, good hold, kick up, kick good. Cates with a kick and makes it a 35-0 advantage for Williamsville. 2:42 to play in the half on Central Illinois Sports.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You've heard that phrase many times. And Rod Prentice in Pittsfield, your State Farm agent, is the guy you can count on to be your friend and neighbor in the insurance business. He has a complete line of insurance available for you from State Farm Insurance. You can reach him at 217-285-6930. Our family trusts Rod Prentice with all of our insurance needs. Stop by their office on Washington Street and see the girls. And Rod Prentice, your State Farm agent, 217-285-6930.
For nearly 40 years, the Niebuhr Funeral Home has been serving our area with professionalism and compassion. This is our business, our hometown. You can be assured we take great personal pride in serving your family in your time of loss. We're locally owned. We're your friends and neighbors. We care about you and your family. Niebuhr Funeral Home, with locations in Pittsfield and Barry, serving our community with compassion and respect.
2 minutes, 42 seconds to play in the half after the interception, the long run back. Williams will set up with a short field, and they take advantage of it on an 11-yard run by Jake Seaman. And makes it a 35-0 advantage for the Bullets. A one-play drive that time. They have scored quickly when they have put points on the board. As this Williamsville outfit. They're looking to move to 3-0. Here's the kickoff by Cates. Kicks it deep. Edwards is going to come up and get it on the run. I like his aggressiveness to the 20-yard line. Looking to get outside of the 25, and that's where he's taken down. So first and 10 with 2:37 to play in the second quarter. And the Saukees will come back out on the offensive side. Petty on the sideline looking to get the play called in here. Two receivers to the left, two to the right. Petty will stand back near his own 20-yard line in the gun with Yelliott standing just behind him here. Now moves Yelliott up even with him to the left. Going to bring pressure off this left side. It's picked up by Yelliott. Ball out of the backfield is caught by Moore. Moore fighting for yards. He's taken down right at the 30-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play to bring up a second down and 5. McKelvey Moore, the junior. Second and 5 here with 2:15 and counting into the half. Allen is split out to this side. They've not been able to target him yet tonight. Kind of surprising. He's a guy that got to get more touches on the offensive side. Just a kid that can make the plays happen. Now that young man nearly jumped off sides. Petty back to pass. Looking for his man and has him for a short gain. That's Moore again up to the 32-yard line. Give him a yard on the play. And it brings up a 3rd down and 4. So 3rd and 4 here. 1:30 to play in the half. Petty stands in the shotgun. He hands it off along the left-hand side. This is Elliott up to the 34. Gain of 2 on the play.
McKee that time, I believe, is it not? Yeah, McKee.
All right, he's going to be 2 yards short of the first down mark either way. It'd be 4th and 2, and the Bullets call the timeout. We will pause as well. 1:17 to play in the half. It's 35-0. Williamsville with the advantage. Back after this.
Hi, I'm Gage Weir, and I'm running for Pike County Treasurer. Just like our Saukees and Wolves football under the Friday Night Lights, it's time to get our head in the game this November. As your treasurer, I will ensure to hit high marks of success, and I will not pass an opportunity to help keep Pike County affordable for all of us who call it home. As a lifelong resident of Pike County, I know the importance of dedicated and faithful elected officials who work tirelessly for Pike County. That is why we must break through the line of inefficiency and ensure transparency between government and the people it serves. Let's tackle Pike County's fiscal responsibility together. Don't fumble your vote. Vote Gage Weir for Pike County Treasurer this upcoming November.
Paid for by Gage Weir for Pike County Treasurer.
1:17 to play in the half. 35-0 Bullets. Saukees on a 4th and 2 here. They're going to go for it. They're not going to get it. They're going to give Williamsville the ball at the 33-yard line.
They ran the ball and lost a yard, did Elliott?
So they'll turn it over on downs here, and it'll give Williamsville an opportunity to get above that 40-point spread, and we got to have a whole second half running clock if they are able to do that in the next minute and 13 seconds. So to the 34-yard line is where the ball is set here, 1st and 10. Trips right, 2 receivers to the left. Siemens in the shotgun. He's back to pass. Trying to set up a little screen. They have it to the man. He makes a man miss. Trying to bounce outside. This is Sharp. Sharp is going to run himself out of bounds at the 25-yard line. A gain on the play of 9 yards. It'll bring up a 2nd and 1. Harley Sharp.
His first reception of the night.
He's a 5'10", 150-pound senior. 2nd and a yard here. Saukee defense trying to get set. They'll put a man in motion out of the backfield where Williamsville. Seaman looking down the middle of the field, looking for Hines, and it is a jump ball and incomplete. Hines and Jackson both went up for it. Incomplete pass will stop the clock with 58.5 seconds to play in the half, and it'll be a 3rd and 1 here. So 3rd down and a yard to go for Williamsville from the Pittsfield 25-yard line. Back to pass is Seaman, has some pressure, avoids the rush, throws downfield, incomplete. Archer was all over the quarterback, really flushed him out of the pocket well that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down and 1 now. Let's see what the Bullets want to go with here.
It's been a quick 3 downs.
They will look to run it on this 4th and 1, possibly. That's what I think they'll do. They'll keep it on the ground. Or
We've
try
got
to
one
draw the
timeout
Saukees
left.
Offsides. They tried to draw them off sides first. Seaman takes the snap. They'll run it to the right. Man trying to get outside.
He may not get there.
He is taken down by Leonard. Leonard at the stop.
He retreated himself.
That time was Lideker. Lideker taken down. They'll mark him down at the 28-yard line. And they loss on the play of a yard. And it'll bring up a 1st and 10 for Pittsfield. Lideker, I think if he'd just run forward, would have had the 1st down, but he tried to bounce it outside to see if he could get a big gain. And a nice job by Elijah Leonard that time to take him down in open territory out there. So 1st and 10 for the Saukees with 45.7 seconds to play in the half. Man, I don't know, John. I'd keep the ball on the ground here. Edwards is in the backfield. Let's see if they turn and hand it to him. They have Petty back to pass. Going to throw it into the flats. There's Edwards on the catch. He's down near the 31-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 6. 2nd and 6 here. Clock still counting down, 25 seconds. They'll get it out on the pass this time to Leonard. Leonard stretches forward up to the 39-yard line.
Mountain Dew. Get out and do.
20 and a half seconds to play in the half. Pittsfield called the timeout. They'll have a 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line, trying to make something happen here right near the end of the first half.
No timeouts left for the Saukees. Williamsville does have one. It doesn't really matter more than likely, but they do have one.
Let's see what Pittsfield goes with here. Petty's back to pass. He has some pressure. He throws it away here. Saukees had all kinds of men downfield. I mean, the whole line was downfield. That should have been a penalty. Incomplete pass stops the clock with 15.8 seconds to play in the half.
Did seem like everybody was downfield that time, did it not?
They were trying to run a screen, I think, and it just never developed. But where Petty ended up throwing that ball, the linemen were at the 45, and the line of scrimmage is at the 39.
Yep.
Not really what they call kosher. Clock stops. Petty's back to pass again. Throws. Has Leonard. Leonard ducks out of bounds near the 48-yard line. A gain of 9 on the play. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 1 near midfield. So 3rd and a yard here from the 47-yard line. Petty back to pass. Has pressure. Trying to set up the screen for Edwards. Edwards has blockers. He's going to be taken out at the 50. A gain on the play of 2 yards. It'll be a 1st down. I don't think Pittsfield can get another play off here. They'll set it as soon as they start the clock. Now they are going to run the last play, and Petty will clock it.
And that'll end the first half.
The whistle sounds. The time has expired off the clock. Let's see if there's any on the clock or not. He tried to clock it here. Referees will say what? I can tell you what I'd say if I was the referee.
It's the end of the half.
Yeah, but they're not going to say that. They're going to say he does have some sort of time left on the clock here.
1 second. They're going to put 1 second back on the clock.
It's all it takes sometimes, John, 1 second.
One shining moment.
Sunshine.
Sorry, that's a different sport, isn't it?
Oh, no, we'll probably get flagged for copyright infringement there. So
because
close.
Of your amazing singing?
I thought so. That was pretty good. Last play of the half. Unless there's a defensive penalty here. Petty. Back to pass. Looking, throwing, tipped at the line, and nearly intercepted. And that's the half, and we head to the Little Jess Motors halftime show. It's a 35-0 advantage for Williamsville on top of Pittsfield at the halftime break. Back with halftime stats and more after this.
Here at Little Jess, we value hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership. We have a respect for heritage and tradition and believe in the pursuit of building legacies, breaking records, and putting forth award-winning results. That's why supporting schools and local teams is one of our favorite and most exciting parts of our business. For over 7 decades, we strive daily to use those same values as a foundation to meet our community's automotive needs and support our future generations. Little Jess Motors, serving our community since 1969.
Here in Pittsfield, we're focused on maintaining a healthy, diverse economic base to increase opportunities for our residents. Economic factors greatly affect a community's overall potential, and we strive to continue our prosperous culture. The availability of both commercial and industrial employment centers and new lucrative entrepreneurship opportunities are major assets for growth and development here in Pittsfield. In addition to providing employment and income to people, Pittsfield also boasts several tax incentive districts to further facilitate economic growth. Examples of growth and success can be seen throughout Pittsfield. Pittsfield is located within Pike County and widely known for the abundance of white-tailed deer, and is also home to companies that have capitalized from the region's natural resources. Located over on Madison Street, Whitetail Properties is a major local and international employer that truly embodies the local and economic spirit of Pittsfield. State-of-the-art communications and telecommuting are available here. Be sure to catch their televised series throughout the week on the Sportsman Channel. Come grow and be a part of something great in Pittsfield, Illinois.
Catch all the action at Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point. Central football games every Friday on the big screen. 7 TVs to catch every NFL game all season long. Come enjoy a nice afternoon on the patio or listen to some live music on the weekends. Queen of Hearts drawing every Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Rain City Addiction on the patio on September 3rd at 7 o'clock. Bags Tournament September 11th at 2 o'clock. Our Oktoberfest celebration will be September 17th with the Robert Sampson Band at 7 o'clock. Car show same day from 12 to 3. Get to Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point, your hometown sports bar.
Welcome back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. It is a 35-0 advantage for Williamsville on top of the Pittsfield Saukees. Let's take a look at some stats brought to you in part by Waters Concrete. Tim Waters offers quality concrete for your new build, driveways, decorative patios, anything with concrete. It's Waters Concrete, ready to serve you. 309-252-1052. They do rock solid work for you. And Tim's daughter Tori was actually the homecoming queen, so congratulations to Tori as well. Williamsville has done all the scoring in this first half. They started at the 7:37 mark of the first quarter. Sharp on a 10-yard run. The kick after by Cates was good to make it 7-0 Bullets. Then with 2:31 to play in the half, Lideker on a 45-yard run took it in for Williamsville. The kick after was good, made it 14-0. That was the 14-0 score at the end of the first. Then 3 scores for the Bullets in the second quarter. At the 6:24 mark, Seaman a 1-yard run. The kick after good, made it 21-0. Lideker had another touchdown at the 3:41 mark of the second, a 1-yard run. The kick was good to make it 28-0. And then Seaman finished off the scoring with a run of 11 yards at the 2:42 mark of the second quarter to make it this 35-0 halftime score. Williamsville has the advantage over the Pittsfield Saukees on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. We pause for a break. John has more halftime stats coming your way after this.
PCRE Real Estate and Auction is your #1 resource for buying or selling real estate in West Central Illinois. With 2 office locations, one in Pike County and the other in Calhoun County, PCRE Real Estate and Auction is the place to go when you're looking to buy or sell farmland, recreational and hunting land, residential or commercial property. See our current listings at PCRERealestate.com or call us at 217-285-5800 for PCRE Real Estate and Auction.
Illini Community Hospital is committed to providing high-quality specialty care close to home. We are pleased to welcome Dr. William Severino, urologist, and Dr. Mark Mount, ear, nose, and throat physician, to the consulting physician clinic team at the Castile Center. Specialty care is also provided for orthopedics, cardiology, podiatry, obstetrics, oncology, and more. Learn more by visiting IlliniHospital.org or call 217-285-2113, extension 3950 to schedule an appointment.
Press Yours On You would like to wish all the area teams the best of luck this year. If you're looking to get your team shirts or just looking for spirit wear for yourself, remember Press Yours On You. We have over 1,400 square foot of retail space in our shop. Stop by and see us and check out our offerings. Business lets us help you promote your brand. Decoration methods we offer include screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Thank you to everyone in our community for the support over the last 16 years. Thank you for supporting local. Press Yours On You, 506 West Wood, Camp Point, Illinois. Helena Agra of Camp Point, Illinois is a proud sponsor of the broadcast of Camp Point Central football. For all your seed, fertilizer, and ag chemical needs, the experts at Helena Agra, Brian Obert, Dustin Roskamp, are the guys to call. Let them show you the best seed, fertilizer, and ag chemicals to make your farming operation a success. Call 217-593-7761. That's 217-593-7761 for Helena Agra. Helena Agra says, go Panthers!
If your job situation is changing because of layoffs or restructuring, you may have to make several decisions. One important decision may be what to do with your retirement plan. Make sure your retirement stays on track. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones financial advisor, can help. Stop by the office at 1891 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Welcome back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. It's a 35-0 advantage for Williamsville on top of the Pittsfield Saukees here at the halftime break. And before we have John tell you about halftime stats, I do want to tell you about Little Jess. Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Quincy, Illinois is the place to go for your next vehicle purchase. Their staff's committed to making the car buying process simple and making sure each customer's needs are met. Learn more at littlejessmotor.com or stop by and see them at 3431 Main Street in Quincy. It's Little Jess Motors, our halftime sponsor.
First for the Saukees in the first half. They finished that first half with 5 first downs. Their leading rusher was 8 yards from Lane Elliott on 7 carries. 7 yards on 4 carries for Jason McKee. Negative 3 yards for Matthew Edwards on 1 carry. Negative 6 yards for quarterback Javen Petty for negative 6 yards on those 2 carries. To total out to 6 rushing yards in the first half. Quarterback Javen Petty was 9 of 21 passing for 43% with an interception for 42 yards. Those passes were completed 22 yards on 3 catches for Matthew Edwards, 17 yards on 2 catches for Eli Leonard, 3 yards on 2 catches for McKelvey Moore, and 2 yards on 3 catches for Jason McKee in the first half. 6 rushing yards, 42 passing yards, 48 total offensive yards in the first half for the Saukees. The Williamsville Bullets finished first half with 13 first downs. Their leading rusher is 61 yards on 9 carries from Mason Lideker, 17 yards on 2 carries for Braddock Cates, 7 yards on 3 carries for Colin Rapierda, 9 yards on 2 carries for Harley Sharp, and negative 5 yards on 4 carries for Jake Seaman, which is impressive because his first carry officially on the night was a snap that came a lot earlier than he was ready for, where he lost 24 yards. And that totals out to 89 rushing yards in the first half for Williamsville. Jake Seaman, the quarterback, is 13 of 22, passing for 59% for 148 yards. Passes completed 66 yards on 4 catches for Jackson Workman, 17 yards on 3 receptions for Ethan Hines, 9 yards on 1 catch for Harley Sharp, 36 yards on 2 catches for Colin Fleck, and 9 yards on 2 catches for Mason Lideker, 11 yards on 1 catch for Braddock Cates in the first half. 89 rushing yards, 148 passing yards, 237 total yards of offense in the first half for the Williamsville Bullets. Williamsville was called for 5 penalties for 50 yards. The Saukees were called for 55 yards of penalties on 6 called penalties in that first half.
It's the Little Jess Motors halftime show. Halftime's nearly halfway done. A break here. 35-0 Williamsville on top. Back after this.
The caring and experienced professionals at Hamilton Funeral Homes are here to support you through this difficult time. We offer a range of personalized services to suit your family's wishes and requirements. You can count on us to help you plan a personal, lasting tribute to your loved one, and we'll carefully guide you through the many decisions that must be made during this challenging time. You're welcome to call us at any time of the day, any day of the week. Visit our funeral home in person or on the web at hamiltonfuneralhome.com. Call 217-593-6517.
Hi, this is Clint Weir. As a law enforcement officer, you trust me every day to fight for justice and seek the truth. You trust me to serve your family and your friends with compassion and understanding. And most importantly, you trust me to lead Pike County with grace and dignity. Now I'm asking you to trust me once again. My little brother, Gage, is running for Pike County Treasurer. As Treasurer, Gage will continue to fight for transparency and fairness to ensure that Pike County continues to be the best place to live and raise a family. You put your trust in me to serve my community. Now I'm asking you to trust my little brother, Gage Weir, to continue a legacy of quality and excellence. Vote Gage Weir for Pike County Treasurer this November.
Paid for by Gage Weir for Pike County Treasurer.
Camp Point Central Sports are proud to have Due Wester Grain as a sponsor of this broadcast. Due Wester Grain, there for you for all your grain and feed needs. Why don't you give them a call and check out all the locations of Due Wester Grain? With locations in Golden, Paloma, Mount Sterling, Clayton, La Prairie, Liberty, Industry, Carthage, and Blandonsville. For more information, call Dear Wester Grain Services 696-4461. That's 696-4461, or on the web at dearwestergrain.com. Call Best Systems Builders for all your insulation needs. We are a full-service insulation contractor offering both open and closed cell spray foam, blown cellulose, and fiberglass installation. Best Systems has 2 BPI certified professionals ready to inspect your home or business today. You may qualify for incentives through the American Act on Energy program. Call Scott or Michael at 217-285-6005 for your free estimate, or visit us online at gobestsystems.com and start saving money on your energy bill today. Williams Auto Sales, 439 North 3rd in Quincy is your headquarters for quality used vehicles. Shop their 439 North 3rd location Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and Saturdays 9 to 2. Check out their inventory of WilliamsAutoSalesQuincy.com or call Tony the Truck Guy at 217-223-3325. Williams Auto Sales, 439 North 3rd in Quincy, wishing the Panthers the best of luck this year. Give them a call at 217-223-3325. Williams Auto Sales. Abney Home Improvement is a family-owned company with Christian values. We have a passion for helping our customers find the best products at a great price. We understand making a large purchase of windows and doors for your home is a big investment. Our mission is to be completely upfront with you. We have built our business on trust and reputation. We depend on our customers to refer us to friends and family for their home improvement needs. Call 573-221-0886. We finish what we start with quality for you. Abney Home Improvements, 100% satisfaction is what we build our business on.
Welcome back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. It's 35-0 Williamsville with the advantage over the Pittsfield Saukees. I can tell you that Stanford Olympia and Athens game is tied at 8 in the third quarter. Corey Craig Jr., we heard that name a lot a couple of weeks ago. He had a big run. And it's tied the game up at 8 points apiece, and a good game there, John.
Impressive by Stanford Olympia, who was a little down last year in a different conference, but they're looking to go 3-0 in this new conference, and they're saying, hey, we like this home. We're going to try to stick around for a while.
Brent County leads Triopia by a score of 28-0 at the end of 3 quarters. Triopia a little down this year, and it's been a while since you've really seen the Trojans kind of at that level they once were. Man, they used to be good year in and year out, didn't they?
They did, and yeah, I mean, it used to be an 0-3 Trojan team would not be something you really heard about pretty much ever, and even a 3-loss Trojan team was not very common.
Yeah, but I mean, it happens. It's a small school. Actually, it's 3 small schools now: Triopia, Meridosha, and Virginia all together, and they're still a 1A program. It just goes to show you how small of a
3 very small schools still. Yeah.
Yep. Camp Point Central leads Minden and Unity Payson 30-8. Looks like Central just scored. That game's in the third period. So, a 30-8 lead for Camp Point Central. They're looking to move to 3-0 on the year.
Surely, every game is ahead of ours right now, as we had the world's longest first quarter.
Oh, I thought Shirley was going to answer again. The second time you've mentioned her.
Good old Shirley.
She's just not a very talkative lady, is Shirley. Yeah, it was a long first half. A lot of passes thrown, a lot of possessions. Both teams, I think you told me, had 10 possessions in the first half.
Each.
That's a lot.
It is.
And what was the difference in yardage again? Can you remind me of that, please?
Williamsville had 237 total yards to the Saukees 48.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a difference there, and the scoreboard reflects it. They'll be playing youth football here tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock. The squad is taking on Calhoun. So come out and watch that. The lightweight team for the young Saukees, undefeated on the year, as is Calhoun's young squad. So could be a fun one to watch tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Homecoming dance tomorrow night for the Saukees. We hope everybody stays safe there. Saukee Nation has paid the entry fee for all the students, so everybody can get in for free for that. And we hope they have a good time at this year's homecoming dance. A better time they've had at the homecoming football game so far. 35-0. Williamsville with the advantage. A break on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. Back after this.
Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Carlson, and Brad Wellman, Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you. Few things compare to Camp Point Central's fans' dedication to the Panthers. The same can be said about Channel and the farmers they serve. You see, unlike other seed companies, they don't have salesmen. With Channel, you get the advantage of a dedicated Channel seedsman, a trusted year-round advisor who can provide the right recommendations for your fields. It's their hands-on approach that truly sets them apart. Customized service, expert advice, elite seed management products. Find your Channel seedsman at channel.com or contact local district sales manager Matt Hughes at 217-242-8852.
Did you know that PCRE Real Estate and Auction now offers a full-service auction alternative? Farmland, residential real estate, commercial real estate, estates, guns, antiques, farm equipment, and commercial equipment are a few examples that the experienced auction team is ready to assist you with. Our team can make the auction experience less stressful and smooth. Check out our next auctions at our new auction location at 500 Piper Lane in Pittsfield, or call 217-430-2985 and speak with Jason Duke to learn more.
It's time to say Pepsi, please, at your local county market. Refreshment Services Pepsi and County Market, your best value for delicious drinks to get ready for every game. Stop by your local county market to pick up your favorite Pepsi products today. Stock up for your next family get-together. Refreshment Services Pepsi and County Market for the best price around on all your Pepsi products. You love them and they've got them at County Market. Stop by today and say, Pepsi, please, at your local county market. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, with locations in Griggsville, Mount Sterling, and Pittsfield. Maybe you ask, why choose Farmers National Bank of Griggsville? The answer is simple. Local people, local decisions, and local commitment with local investments. We have many products and services to meet your needs. We invite you to find out more about us. Go to fmbgriggsville.com and explore all the services we offer. Visit any of our 3 friendly locations in Mount Sterling, Griggsville, and Pittsfield today. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, local people helping local people, member FDIC. Damon Plumbing, serving all of Pike County and the surrounding area with quality residential and commercial plumbing services. Damon Plumbing offers septic installation, drain cleaning, new water lines, remodel work for your home, or if you're planning a new build, make sure you include the Damon boys. To get it right the first time, no job too big. Have you seen Braden and Doug? Or too small? Sorry, Corby, couldn't resist. Call Braden at 217-491-5415 or Doug at 217-617-2318. Damon Plumbing, recommended by our family for your family.
Back with you on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. It's 35-0 Williamsville with the advantage. Pittsfield will get the ball to start the second half. You have to see the Saukees. They're coming back to the field. They haven't put the second 3 minutes on the clock yet. It's a long, they put longer time on it for halftime.
They didn't really need to.
It really wasn't necessary.
Had plenty of time.
Plenty of time to get all the festivities in. Congratulations to the homecoming court. Again, Tori Waters was the homecoming queen here tonight. So congratulations to her for that. And now both teams are back out, getting some calisthenics in, warmed up, ready to go for the second half. It is Williamsville 35, Pittsfield nothing. A final break of the Little Jess Motors halftime show. Back after this.
Hi, I'm Tammy Brewer. My husband and I are the owner and operators of Nucci's Bar and Restaurant. At Nucci's, we feature salmon, steaks, burgers, sandwiches, all Italian specialties made from our own recipes. You are guaranteed a high-quality, delicious meal every time you visit. People come from all over to dine in. We have live music on the weekends, which adds to the relaxing environment here. You can check out our Facebook page for our entertainment schedule. We recently opened a second business, Brewed Coffee House and Eatery. There we offer handcrafted beverages like lattes and macchiatos and cappuccinos. And we also specialize in paninis and salads and subs. And we even have ice cream. We're excited to provide another restaurant that serves the needs of our community. Come on down. We look forward to serving you.
When choosing internet and Wi-Fi service to meet your family's education needs, it pays to do your homework. You'll learn that Cascom, with fast, reliable speeds up to 1 gig, powered by whole home adaptive Wi-Fi, is the right choice. School has changed, and so should your internet. Contact Cascom and upgrade to the internet speed and whole home Wi-Fi your family needs.
For the past 4 years, I've had the honor of serving our community as the Pike County Clerk and Recorder. Within those years, I have completed the first ever internal payroll audit in Pike County history, increased revenue with the recording department with implementation of record availability, and administered and or written over $3.75 million in grant monies. I would appreciate your support to continue this progress, and please vote Roseberry on November 8th.
Paid for by the Pike County Republican Central Committee.
Here at Little Jess, we value hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership. We have a respect for heritage and tradition and believe in the pursuit of building legacies, breaking records, and putting forth award-winning results. That's why supporting schools and local teams is one of our favorite and most exciting parts of our business. For over 7 decades, we strive daily to use those same values as a foundation to meet our community's automotive needs and support our future generations. Little Jess Motors, serving our community since 1969.
Thanks to Little Jess Motors for being our halftime sponsor. Just about ready to start the second half of play. Action tonight is brought to you in part by Trucks LLC. For all your diesel repair needs, call Trucks. Trucks is currently operating with mobile service as their new building is being constructed in the industrial park in Pittsfield. Trucks looks forward to helping the local communities with all of their diesel repair needs. Call Trucks 217-922-0044. And be sure to like Trucks on Facebook. That's TRUX. Trucks.
Hey, Charlie, guess what? I was correct.
About what?
The players for both teams were going, I don't know where to go. Which end were you on in the last quarter? Okay, you're going to be on the other end now. Not
necessarily. I think the team gets a choice.
The team gets a choice?
Yeah, the team that has the decision at halftime.
Oh, I guess that's true. I guess
the
Pittsfield just deferred. Which way to go. I guess if Pittsfield just deferred.
So you were kind of right, but for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cates is getting ready to kick it off. His right foot is going to be sore. So many times he's kicked so far this evening. He's ready to roll here. The Saukees have Edwards back deep at his own 10, and it'll be taken by Foster. 20-yard line, looking for the 25, breaks a tackle, and is taken down up near the 27, call it the 28. And that's where the Saukees will start first and 10 at their own 28 with 11 minutes, 53 seconds to play in this third period. So let's see what the offense can get going here. Petty will bring the play in from the sideline. Two receivers to the left, two to the right. Elliott will be the running back. Everybody looks at their wristband, make sure they have the play. Javen Petty puts a man in motion. That's Allen. Takes the snap. Going to pitch it outside to Elliott. That play goes nowhere. Other than backwards to the 25. Loss of 3 on the play. Brings up a second down and 13. Clock stops as we have a penalty flag here, so let's wait and see what that's about. Flag is at the 31. In the middle of the field, the play was over here toward the near hash. So I'm not sure what we're looking at here, but
it's near the original line of scrimmage, so you would think it could be a hold, but it's just a premature guess.
It's against Pittsfield.
You got to walk it off from the flag, though. You don't walk it off from where the ball is.
Flag is right where he's at.
No, the flag is not right where he's at. The flag's way back here. The flag is right there where that guy just bent over and picked it up.
They're going to put the ball at the 26. I think they declined the penalty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Second and 13. (11-17) and counting in the third. Here's Petty on a little quick hitter out to Jackson. He's looking to do something. Nowhere to go there as Williamsville swarms him. He gains to the 27, a gain of 2, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 11.
Jackson's first catch of the night.
Saukees are just slower than every opponent that they've faced so far. Just everybody else has a little quicker burst than they do collectively. And it's
makes a
pretty
difference.
Evident. Yeah, pretty evident. 10:39 and counting to the 3rd. Play clock ticking down to 10. They'll change the play up, it appears, here now. Petty will take the snap. Go back to pass, looking left. Looking for one receiver. Now he's flushed out of the pocket. He finds Connor Allen. Allen spins forward up to the 30-yard line. A gain of 3 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down and 8. Saukees will have to punt here. I don't have to. I believe they will. And they will not, it appears. Now the punt team will run on. They switch balls out to punt.
Have a punting ball, evidently.
Huh. No, we were that fancy. Back deep for Williamsville. Workman, and the other man is old Sammy McCoy. Here's a kick. It's headed toward the sideline, and that was not McCoy. That was Nolan Bates. Ball is out of bounds near the 43, and that's where Williamsville will start 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line. 9 minutes, 39 seconds to play in this 3rd quarter. On the truck scoreboard, it's Williamsville 35, Pittsfield nothing. Atlantic Express here to serve you with walk-in medical care when you need it. They're open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. every Monday through Saturday on the south side of the square in Pittsfield. Learn more about their services at IHSA.org. Seaman in the gun. Takes the snap, hands it off, running left. Harley Sharp. Sharp is taken down after a short gain up to the 46-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 7.
Sharp with 12 yards on 3 carries now.
2nd and 7 here. Trips to the left now. Single receiver out here on the right. Seaman takes the snap. He's back to pass. Plenty of time in the pocket. Now he's flushed out a bit. Going to tuck and throw it away. Incomplete pass will stop the clock and bring up a 3rd down here from the 46-yard line. It's a 3rd down near midfield. Bullets have a trips on the near side now. Seaman will fake the handoff. He's back to pass, looking, has his man for the 1st down. He breaks a tackle. That's Hines, and then gets out of bounds near the 41-yard line. Ethan Hines, the 6'2", 195-pound senior, with a pick on the play of 13 yards and a 1st and 10 to the Saukee 41. Quickly to the line come the Bullets on a fresh set of downs here now in Pittsfield territory. They'll hand it off to the 1st back. Uh-oh, look at him go. He, is tripped up, taken down there by McAllister. Nice hit on the play. Ball carrier Sharp, and he took a sharp hit that time at the 30-yard line, a gain of 11 and another 1st and 10. 8:50 and counting in the 3rd. Williamsville on the move. Trips left, single man to the right. Seaman's back to pass. He is not feeling any pressure this time and has his intended receiver. Caught for an 11-yard gain. That's Workman over there. Down to the 19 and another 1st and 10. A couple of consecutive plays of 10+. Oh, youth. Seaman to the right side. Has it completed this time to Brayton Singer. Singer
the touchdown.
Has a touchdown, but a penalty flag flies around the 15. We'll have to see what that's about. Brayton Singer had the catch. It's his 1st of the night.
It's going to be a hold on Williamsville.
Braylon, the 6'1", 215-pound junior. So instead of a touchdown, they'll bring it on back now. From the 15 to the 25-yard line. It'll be a loss of 6 and bring up a 1st and 16. First down, 16 yards to go. 8 minutes, 32 seconds to play in the third. Zoom out, Jake, a little bit. Can't see those poor little receivers. Their heads covered up. Oh, no, bad snap. Bounces right back to Seaman. He'll throw a pass that is incomplete. It did go forward, so incomplete pass. That play went from bad to worse for the Bullets. But they're able to live to play another down here, bring up a second down and 16. Pike County Express, your local family-owned newspaper, they have been serving the community with bringing you good news every week since 1991. See them on the newsstand near you each Wednesday. Here's a fake handoff. Seaman looking deep. Down the field to the end zone. It is caught, but he's out of bounds. And then into the long jump pit. I say he faulted there, and it's third down 16. Going for the kill shot that time were the Bullets.
He had a man there. He just led him a little too far.
Third and 16. Back to pass. Seaman now steps up and avoids the rush. He's still on his feet. There's a penalty flag. He's still running.
It's going to be a hold, surely. Whoever Shirley is.
He goes all the way in for a touchdown, but another flag back at the 29.
It's going to be a hold.
If you're going to keep mentioning her name, she's going to need to start talking more. Holding from the 28, that'll move it back to the 38, so add 13 yards onto this, and it's going to be third and 29.
It certainly will be a hold. How's that?
Certainly.
Certainly.
Who's Lee?
I'm certain it was Lee.
Not any Lee, but a certain Lee.
In particular one.
7:51 to play in the third. Trucks scoreboard, 35-0 Williamsville. That was the halftime lead. Bullets are headed the wrong direction right now. Ricocheting the wrong way, some might say.
There are too many puns in this.
Two receivers to either side.
This nickname.
Back to pass. Seaman with his feet set, throws down the middle. Workman has the catch. He takes a big shot at the end, but he's got the first down to the 5. 33-yard pass on 3rd and 29, and it's first and goal from the 5 now for Williamsville.
Workman has 100 yards receiving now.
Some of these things like, how does that happen? Here's a pitch now, and it'll be a touchdown as the man just bowls his way around the left side, and Braylon Singer singing the touchdown song now. And he has made this a 41-0 game. On the Trucks scoreboard, that means after the next kickoff, the clock will only stop. Timeouts, touchdowns, injuries, and at the end of the third. Here comes Cates on for the kick. He's brought his A game today. $7:28 to play third quarter. Cates is ready to go, the right-footed kicker. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 42-0. The advantage for Williamsville. 7 minutes, 28 seconds remaining in the third period. We are so glad you're with us tonight on Central Illinois Sports.
Are you short on time or budget, but your family is hungry? It's time for the Maya Authentic Mexican Restaurant in Pittsfield. Try the Maya Special, a crowd favorite. Delicious grilled fajitas, steaks, nachos Mexicano, salads in a tortilla bowl, the tastiest salsa and cheese sauce around, and the fastest service anywhere. You can afford it. It's the Maya Mexican Restaurant on Washington Street. Call ahead with your order and you can pick it up in the drive-thru, 217-285-4526. The Maya Restaurant in Pittsfield.
7:28 to play in the third. 42-0 the advantage for Williamsville. So they'll have the running clock on the Saukees. Second time this season that has happened. It didn't happen last week because Stanford Olympia kicked an extra point instead of going for 2. Or it could have been an extra quick fourth quarter. This one's going to run like it's going downhill at this point.
It'll make the game end at about the same time as most games end, and the entire first half took a very, very long time.
Cates is saying, I can't hear the whistle. Have they kicked it? Yes, they have.
They blew the whistle.
He's ready to go. With the trot and the kick. He'll kick a little pop-up down the middle. Foster will play it off the bounce at around the 25-yard line, runs forward at the 40, cuts back 45, 50-yard line, tried to cut again, and his feet slipped out. But the Saukees will get good field position at the 50. Good return by the sophomore Lane Foster. We would like to remind you about Real Benton Twine, located there just north of Pittsfield, across from the Pinstone Airport. Your local headquarters for all of your concrete lawn ornaments, statues, fountains, benches, and so much more. Stop by and see Smilin' Rick Reel or Tracy at 217-285-5013.
Good old Smilin' Rick.
Pretty Ricky, as some like to call him. Snap to Petty, hands it off to Elliott. Elliott with a big run on first down near the 40-yard line. They'll give him a 10-yard gain and a first down. Williamsville's got some second guys in there now. You can tell their uniforms are pretty white.
Heard that soon you might be able to see Smiling Nick Reel there, too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Good. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Petty hands it off to Elliott. Elliott trying to drag some tacklers with him. He'll be taken down. Penalty flag flies, and this will be a holding, I believe.
It's either a holding or a face mask the way they came in. The man thinks he's walking that way, so I think it's a face mask, but...
Elliott took it to the 35. It was a 5-yard gain.
Nope.
Yeah, what was the call?
Personal foul against the Saukees.
On...
I didn't see a number.
White is who it was on.
Okay.
The sophomore tackle. So...
He finished something late, or?
It's a dead ball, so he did gain 5, and then they'll take it back to the 50. So this will be second down and 20 yards to go.
Yeah, it should be second. The box is wrong.
You're wrong, Colonel Sanders. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Second and 20. There they got it flipped around. The old flip-a-maroo. Here's the handoff to Yelly, and this time he doesn't go anywhere.
Gonna lose a couple.
Back to the 47. A loss on the play of 3 yards, and it is now 3rd and 23. Name your favorite player, John, ever to wear the number 23. Okay, you're going to say LeBron. I'll go with Michael Jordan.
I wouldn't do that.
5:05 to play in the 3rd. Sorry, John, you already made your choice. 2 receivers to the left. Who's our guy on the bottom here wearing the number 3? Haven't seen him tonight. That's Isaac Helms.
Well, there you go.
The junior. Son of the legendary Pleasant Hill football player, Joseph Helms. They'll put Moore in motion. Going to run into him on the jet sweep. Moore looking for running room on the right side. Gained a little, looking for more, but to the 49. A gain on the play of 4 yards. And it makes it 4th and 19. Name your favorite player in any sport, John, to ever wear the number 19. Ready, go.
Wear the number 19?
Ready, go.
I don't know, Charlie. I'm not very good at remembering numbers.
Okay. All right. 4th and 19.
I always knew you were a cheerleader at heart.
Petty's back to pass on 4th and long. They'll run the screen to Edwards. Has blockers out in front.
And he overran them.
Runs to the inside where the guys were still there, and they gain nothing on the play, and it's a turnover on downs at the 49. It's not a well-read play. With 3:53 to play in this 3rd quarter. That'll be a turnover on downs, and we're about to learn some new faces from Williamsville. As coming in to play quarterback with the sophomore Caden Matson. He's a 5'11", 160-pound sophomore. Also, we see Braddock Cates out there, a 5'11", 170-pound sophomore in the backfield. Splitting out wide to the left is Fletcher Gladden, another sophomore. A lot of sophomores out there, do you get it? Hands it off. That's to the running back Cates. Cates will skate his way forward to the 46-yard line. A gain on the play of 4 yards. Call it 5, and it brings up a 2nd down and 5.
Braddock Cates with 22 yards on 3 carries now.
2nd and 5. Quarterback takes the snap, back to pass, looking to the left, has his man. Saukees have the starting defense in there, but Williamsville doesn't seem to mind as they complete that pass to Gage Knowles. Knowles to the 39-yard line, a gain on the play up 7 yards and a 1st and 10. First down, 10 yards to go. Low snap, the quarterback picks it up, and now he gets punished. That's Madsen. Owen Shaw in on the stop for the Saukees. He was the leading tackler for the Saukees back in week 1, was Shaw, so he's been playing well. Loss of 4 on the play brings up a 2nd and 14. Of course, when you are on defense as much as the Saukees have been, there's tackles to be had. 2nd and 14 here. They'll pitch it outside to Cates. Cates gets a block. They're going to call it an illegal block. Called the hold in some countries. Down to the 35-yard line, but a hold back at the 44. And this one might be coming back.
I would say it is. It's a hold.
I'll call it a block in the back even.
Well, okay.
Pittsfield running some guys.
Walking back.
In and out here to stay fresh. Who is playing the other end right now? Is that old boy Wyatt Potter, 6'1", 210-pound senior. He's also a tight end. Down to the 47 is where Williamsville is at now. We're going to call it a 2nd down and 3/4 of a mile. Quarterback Madsen takes the snap, hands it off to the left side. Look out. Singer on the run. And tell you what, Williamsville, they're like, it was 2nd and 24, and we're just going to run another one of those big plays again. Down to the 24-yard line. A gain of 26 on one side, 3 on the other is 29 in the 1st and 10.
Singer with 35 yards on 2 carries now, including a touchdown.
Under a minute to play in this 3rd quarter. 42-0 is the Williamsville lead. The second group moving the ball well. In the gun is Madsen.
Running those plays quick too, aren't they?
Low snap, hands it off to the running back Cates. He's taken down there. Tackle made by Thompson. Oh, he's pounding himself on the chest, son. The scoreboard says 42-0. Act like you've been there before, because God knows you have. You're a senior. 1 yard gain, 2nd and 9. Now, I'm glad you're proud to make the tackle, but perspective. End of the 3rd, 42-0, the advantage for Williamsville on top of Pittsfield. 4th quarter running clock play-by-play after this.
Welcome to Westtown Ford, serving Central and West Central Illinois. When you're shopping for a new vehicle, we believe you need a comfortable ambiance, dynamic selection of vehicles, competitive options for financing, and high-quality service to feel confident and stress-free throughout the car buying process. At Westtown Ford, you will find just that, a great selection of Ford models and a team that will make the process as smooth as possible. Westtown Ford Lincoln in Jacksonville, just 30 minutes away from high prices. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You've heard that phrase many times. And Rod Prentice in Pittsfield, your State Farm agent, is the guy you can count on to be your friend and neighbor in the insurance business. He has a complete line of insurance available for you from State Farm Insurance. You can reach him at 217-285-6930. Our family trusts Rod Prentice with all of our insurance needs. Stop by their office on Washington Street and see the girls. And Rod Prentice, your State Farm agent, 217-285-6930.
We are just about ready for the 4th and final quarter of this contest. It's 42-0 Williamsville, and unsolicited advice. Next year's homecoming game, I wouldn't schedule Williamsville and Maroa. And I bet you they won't either. You know why?
They're not in the middle of the season anymore.
It'll be on the road next year.
Yeah. That
Maybe.
too.
I don't know. We've gone to Plains like 4 years in a row.
And Williamsville's been here 4 years in a row.
Yeah. Here's a handoff. Oh, my goodness.
That was a heck of a block.
Who just got decleated there? The running back was Braddock Cates.
That was Jesse Davidsmeyer.
Jesse Davidsmeyer. Welcome to the play. Wow. Gain of 11 on the play. It's a 1st and 10.
That was Braddock Cates again. He's got 34 yards now on 5 carries. 20th first down of the evening for Williamsville.
And now they get in the huddle. 11:27 and counting in this contest. In the shotgun is the second-team quarterback, Caden Matson. Takes the snap. Hands it off to Cates. He's going to go up the middle, untouched for the score. Makes it 48-0. And with the clock still running, even though there was a touchdown. Oh, holding. That's the call. Not a
that's why the
touchdown.
clock is still running.
Hold the presses. It is only 42-0. Hang on.
Take away those 12 yards. Take away the first down. Take away the touchdown.
Holding. That's why he got so open.
Could be.
There was nobody in the middle of the field. That's for sure. The ball is now back at the 22. So it's a 10-yard penalty. It is 1st and 20. Stack back. Pass up. Incomplete. Intended man this time was Joseph Catalano, the 6'3", 170-pound junior. And this brings up a 2nd down and 20. Catalano in the game. There are
a lot of new people in the game.
A lot of new people in
Basically everybody.
Have a Catalano, a Tonelato, some battalions in that area over by Williamsville, huh?
Evidently.
In the shotgun is Matson. Probably not an Italian. He hands the ball off to Cates, who is a good runner. He takes it down to the 10. A gain up 12 on the play. And it brings up a 3rd down and 8.
Cates was stopped by running into his linemen that were downfield.
Yeah, I appreciate you blocking out in front, but maybe get out of the way.
He gained those 12 yards back that he would have gained for the touchdown.
What's the whistle about here?
I don't know.
They going to make Cates come out, did his helmet come off? I didn't see it.
I didn't see it come off.
So they'll bring in another running back. This is Ethan Fordham. He's a 5'7", 150-pound sophomore. Matson takes the snap, hands it to Fordham. Fordham, if you got him, down to the 6-yard line. A gain of 4. And brings up a 4th down and 4. Levi Kendall in on the stop. I think he's a senior for the Saukees, is he not?
I believe he is.
How about 9:19 left in this game? And 4th down and a long 4 here for the Bullets. It is dark at that end of the field.
Yep.
Of course, the lights were put up. First year Queen Elizabeth was on the throne. Here's a pass who dropped out in the flats. They were looking for Singer. Singer couldn't bring it in, and that'll be a turnover on down. It's 1st and 10 here for the Bullets with just under 9 minutes left. So the Saukee defense gets a hold there. Aided by a hold, I might add.
Saukees are going to get the ball back on their own 12.
1st and 10, and they'll have Petty out there at quarterback. See Archer playing the slot on this side for Pittsfield on this 1st and 10. Where's the ball, John? Tell me.
The 12.
Thank you. They will
try to hand the ball off and did not successfully get done.
Went backwards instead. Who was the ball carrier? Got back to the line of scrimmage.
The ball carrier was whoever the quarterback was, I believe.
Which was
Petty. He got back to the line of scrimmage.
No loss, no gain. It's 2nd and 10. See some new linemen in there as well.
Foster in the backfield there, it looks like.
Now Petty will hand it off to Foster, looking for running room right up the gut. He'll get up near the 6 or 7.
That was Moore, actually. I'm sorry.
No, it wasn't.
It was Foster, I thought.
Yeah,
I thought so.
Numbers and everything. Up to the 7.
No gain.
And it's 3rd and 10. Petty in the gun. Takes the snap. Hands it off. No gain.
That time it was Edwards.
5, and I would think the Saukees would punt here. 4th down.
4th down at their own 12.
Here comes the punt team onto the field.
so confused about why a kid with no... Why do we have a different... I'm confused about why you punt a different ball.
Punting ball.
Obviously.
Cook will punt from the shadows of his goalpost. Can there be shadows this time of night? There are with the lights, I guess.
Sort of. Not really on that end.
6:40 and counting because there's no lights. Cook going to boom this one. And look at that baby roll. What a punt. Down to the 43-yard line. And that's where Williamsville will start 1st and 10 at their own 43, 6 minutes, 22 seconds, and counting in this fourth quarter. Hey, want to remind you about our good friends at Moose Lodge 420. Check them out each Friday for their Friday meal specials. Food's hot, the drinks are ice cold. That's Moose Lodge 420 in Pittsfield. That is, unless you want a hot drink, then they serve it hot.
I always thought after going to the ball games, if you were going to say ice cold, you had to say it like 3 times, right?
Ice cold, ice cold, ice cold drinks. Like Tom Shaw has on the sideline right now, that water bottle, he's downed it like nothing. He's staying hydrated on the sideline, working hard as this coaching staff. You know, the thing about it is, people don't realize that you have to put in just about as much work when you're 0-3 as when you're 3-0. Much time, I guess, at least.
Yeah.
Theoretically. All right, here come the Bullets. Changeover in possession. Took about a minute off the clock. They'll turn and hand it off to Cates. Cates is met near the line of scrimmage. He's going to gain up to the 46. Gain up 3 on the play. Brings up a 2nd down and 7. Thompson in on the stop again. Keaton Hittner also in on the tackle for the Saukees. Hittner playing a linebacker spot, it looks like.
Cates out now.
And they have old Fordham back in, I believe. And they will hand it off to the running back up the middle. Hittner in again on the stop. Let's see who that was. I believe that's Fordham.
Yeah, Fordham.
He'll gain 2 and bring up a 3rd down and 6 from the 48. Third down, 6 to go. They'll hand it off again. And again, a nice tackle made there. Who made that tackle? That was Davidsmeyer. Good tackle by Jesse Davidsmeyer. Good solid tackle. Fordham, no gain, no loss. It's 4th and 6. So 4th and 6 here with 4 minutes and counting.
Looks like they're going to go for it. Midfield.
Yeah, why not?
Up
Madsen
42-0.
In the shotgun. Draws Potter offsides.
2 of the 3 defensive linemen were drawn off. Loses a yard.
So the Bullets just kneeling it out now, and they're going to win this one 42-0. A couple more of those, and this one will be over. Williamsville going to improve to 3-0. The Saukees are going to drop to 0-3 on the season.
The referee says, young man, don't get in too big a hurry now. You got 20 seconds left that you can take.
And your coach wants you to, by the way.
Yeah. Just keep waiting.
If you were wondering. They don't want you to be in a big hurry here. I was impressed with the second group. They'll play on Monday night in the JV game.
They were able to run that offense just about as fast as the...
Pittsfield has played literally 5 minutes of JV football so far this year. Their week 1 game, there was a storm that came in at Athens. They didn't have an opponent last week because they didn't play Stanford Olympian, didn't find anybody else to play. So they'll play, hopefully, their first game Monday. Who knows? There's a lot of guys who you're into week 3, really week 4 of the season without having any kind of game reps, or very many reps for some guys. Final seconds coming out the clock here. Pittsfield's on the road next week. They're at New Berlin, who entered the night 1-1. This squad from Williamsville will have Stanford Olympia at home. Olympia and Athens, last time we saw that was a 8-8 game. And we'll try to update that in the postgame show. The Illini Community Hospital postgame show sees the Williamsville Bullets ruined homecoming for the Saukees in a fashion of 42-0. Final stats and analysis your way next on Central Illinois Sports.
Illini Community Hospital is committed to providing high-quality specialty care close to home. We are pleased to welcome Dr. William Severino, urologist, and Dr. Mark Mount, ear, nose, and throat physician, to the consulting physician clinic team at the Castile Center. Specialty care is also provided for orthopedics, cardiology, podiatry, obstetrics, oncology, and more. Learn more by visiting IlliniHospital.org or call 217-285-2113, extension 3950 to schedule an appointment.
For nearly 40 years, the Niebuhr Funeral Home has been serving our area with professionalism and compassion. This is our business, our hometown. You can be assured we take great personal pride in serving your family in your time of loss. We're locally owned. We're your friends and neighbors. We care about you and your family. Niebuhr Funeral Home, with locations in Pittsfield and Barry, serving our community with compassion and respect.
Hi, I'm Gage Weir, and I'm running for Pike County Treasurer. Just like our Saukees and Wolves football under the Friday Night Lights, it's time to get our head in the game this November. As your treasurer, I will ensure to hit high marks of success, and I will not pass an opportunity to help keep Pike County affordable for all of us who call it home. As a lifelong resident of Pike County, I know the importance of dedicated and faithful elected officials who work tirelessly for Pike County. That is why we must break through the line of inefficiency and ensure transparency between government and the people it serves. Let's tackle Pike County's fiscal responsibility together. Don't fumble your vote. Vote Gage Weir for Pike County Treasurer this upcoming November.
Paid for by Gage Weir for Pike County Treasurer.
Here at Mountain Dew, it's easy to tell who really loves the outdoors. For one thing, there's the rack on your car and the hitch on the back of your truck. There's your garage full of toys, from dirt bikes to wakeboards. And there's your cooler full of Mountain Dew, always at the ready. Because when it's time to get out there, climb into your deer stand or your fishing boat, a cooler of ice-cold Mountain Dew, that's as important a piece of outdoor gear as your spinning rod or your four-wheeler. Mountain Dew. Get out and do.
PCRE Real Estate and Auction is your #1 resource for buying or selling real estate in West Central Illinois. With 2 office locations, one in Pike County and the other in Calhoun County, PCRE Real Estate and Auction is the place to go when you're looking to buy or sell farmland, recreational and hunting land, residential or commercial property. See our current listings at PCRERealestate.com or call us at 217-285-5800 for PCRE Real Estate and Auction.
Welcome back in the Illini Community Hospital postgame show. Since 1942, Illini Community Hospital has been serving the area with high-quality medical services close to home. Learn more at IlliniHospital.org. A 42-0 win for Williamsville over Pittsfield here on homecoming. Did want to update you on that Athens Olympia game. 22-8, Athens wins that game. They come and score 22 points in the second half, shut out Olympia, and win the contest 22-8. John's got to look at final stats.
First for the Pittsfield Saukees, they finished the game with 6 first downs to 21 for Williamsville. Their leading rusher was 17 yards from Lane Elliott on 11 carries, 7 yards on 4 carries for Jason McKee, -3 yards on 2 carries for Matthew Edwards, 4 yards on 1 carry for McKelvey Moore, no yards on 1 carry for Lane Foster, -6 yards on 3 carries for Javen Petty, for a total of 19 rushing yards. Quarterback Javen Petty was 12 of 24 passing for 50% with an interception for 47 yards. 19 rushing yards, 47 passing yards, 66 total yards of offense. Those passes were completed. 22 yards on 4 catches for Matthew Edwards, 2 yards on 3 catches for Jason McKee, 3 yards, 2 catches for McKelvey Moore, 2 yards on 1 reception for Jeremiah Jackson, 3 yards on 1 catch for Connor Allen, and Elijah Leonard had 17 yards on 2 receptions. Saukees were called for 75 yards and penalties on 8 called penalties on the evening. The Williamsville Bullets were called for, were given 21 first downs, or they took them. They really weren't given them. But leading rusher on the night was Mason Lideker, 61 yards on 7 carries, 49 yards on 7 carries for Braddock Cates, 13 yards on 4 carries for Harley Sharp, 7 yards on 3 carries for Colin Rapierda, 35 yards on 2 carries and a touchdown for Braylon Singer, -7 yards on 4 carries for Caden Matson, And Ethan Fordham had 10 yards on 4 carries on the night to total out to 164 rushing yards. The quarterbacks tonight, Jake Seaman, the starter, was 15 of 27, passing for 55.5% for 172 yards. Caden Madsen was 1 for 3 for 33%. They total out together to 179 yards, passes completed for 100 yards, receiving on 6 catches for Jackson Workman, which is very impressive, as at the high school level, it's very difficult to get to 100 yards receiving for a single receiver. 30 yards on 4 catches for Ethan Hines, 9 yards on 1 catch for Harley Sharp, 36 yards on 2 catches for Colin Fleck, 9 yards on 2 receptions for Mason Lideker, 11 yards on 1 catch for Braddock Cates, and Knowles, and I didn't get his first name, had 1 reception for 7 yards in the ball game. So 164 rushing yards, 179 passing yards, 343 total yards of offense in the game for the Williamsville Bullets. They finished with 80 yards and penalties on 8 called penalties in the evening.
Time to name our player of the game, presented by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Derek Harris. Financial investments are important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, parents, and mentors. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones Financial Advisor, understands this. That's why Derek Harris is a proud sponsor of the player of the game on Central Illinois Sports. And how about the night receiving by Jackson Workman, 6 catches, 100 yards. He's tonight Edward Jones Financial Advisor Derek Harris, player of the game. That's going to do it from Glen C. Smith Field. For John Hull, Jacob Hull manning the camera tonight, I'm Charlie Hull. Thanking you for joining us tonight from Pittsfield, where Williamsville wins this one by a score.